Let's sit down actually first. We're gonna start by sitting down and talking a bit before we walk around too much. I just started this. I didn't make an announcement except on my Discord channel. So if you want to be first the next time I do these live streams, make sure to join my Discord channel. You can find a link in this very video description, or you can find it on my channel. And I usually post some things there before they happen here on YouTube. Welcome. Let's see who's here. Apologies for the camera shake. I'm doing handheld today with my phone because we're in a crowded place, kind of, relatively, compared to my other places I live stream from. Hey, Kyled. Who else is here? Zula, Keith. Welcome, Keith. Emma Nichols, Stay, Sungmin, Tiffany, and Small. Small says, I have to sleep, so I'll be lurking. Well, is that any different than normal Small? Small's always lurking somewhere in the shadows. Anil says, watching from Nepal. Yeah, where is everyone watching from today? If you just came here. I'm going to switch over to a, what do you call that? Like a selfie stick in a bit, but right now I'm just doing a handheld, so apologies for the camera shake if you noticed that. Esther, hello from New York, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky. Kentucky. If you're from Kentucky, I recommend that if you're going to Korea and you want to get your Korean friends a gift, you might want to ask them if they're a whiskey drinker. Now, I personally don't drink much, if ever, but I've had a lot of Korean friends who are fans of drinking, and I know that that's the stuff you can get there in Kentucky as well as anywhere in the US from Kentucky is not available in Korea for the most part. So it might make a good gift for a Korean friend if you're looking for something that's a little special. Canada, India, Arizona, Houston, Texas, Boston, Alabama, nice. Indiana. Someone, PVZ said they're watching from Canada, and if you're from Canada, I'd recommend getting your Korean friends some maple syrup, because of course you can get regular maple syrup from anywhere, and in Korea as well. But if you get them like a nice brand in Canada, find a brand that they don't have on the Korean website Coupang, Coupang. It's like the Korean Amazon. Search to find a brand that you don't see listed there at all, and that you know is really good. And I think if you brought that, it would be a really cool gift. Like, here's real Canadian maple syrup. Because I've had real Canadian maple syrup. I've also had it straight from Canada when I visited there, and it's better than some of the other stuff that we get imported into the US, and it's definitely better than a lot of the US brands. England, nice. We have Small. We also have Ivy the Small here. Are these are two different Smalls, right? There are two Smalls. You're too small. Emma says, are you where I think you are? Perhaps. I don't know where you think I am, but yeah, apologies for the camera shake. I'm doing this handheld because I don't want to hold out my stabilizing selfie stick when I'm in this like big mall and there are a bunch of people on the other side. I'm trying not to film other people yet, but we're going to be walking into an area pretty soon. Once a few more people come, we're going to give you a tour of this mall that I'm at in Suwon. And many of you already know where I'm talking about. Let me show you really quick. You might have seen this before in like Instagram reels and stuff. We're going to be walking over there. Oops, why is the Zoom doing that? Okay, whatever. We're going to be walking, and we're not just going to be there though, because honestly there's like 10 seconds of stuff to see there. I'm going to save you the trouble of having to visit here by just showing it to you, because there's not anything to see. It's like you take a picture and you put it on your Instagram and people like it and say, wow, I wish I could go to Korea. Wow, that's the most beautiful bookstore in the entire world. But then when you're actually here, you realize that it's not really a bookstore, it's just a library, and then you realize you can't actually rent books because it's only for actually just borrowing books while you're at the library, so there's not really anything you can do. Yes. And the reason my live stream actually started later than usual isn't because I overslept. It's because this mall that I'm in only opens at 10:30. So I couldn't start at 10 like I normally like to do. Kylet said, I remember you talking about it when you were walking on the fort. Yes, that's right. There's nothing to do at the actual library, but it does make some pretty pictures. Yeah. I'm just gonna see the other people messaging here. You may be on to something with the regional gifts. Some authentic Michigan-made fudge, or maybe a mid-sized car. That would be wonderful. Yeah, if you would do that, your friend, that's gonna make a friend for life. Although I think Korean might appreciate more a gyeongcha, like a, what would that be? The small cars, like what we might call like a smart car, but they're pretty dumb in my opinion because they're so small that they're not that safe compared to the gigantic cars in the US. But you'd have trouble driving around a big car in Korea. Yeah, I recommend getting them something that's not in Korea, obviously, but if you have something local that you can bring, that would be really good. For example, if it's possible for you to bring In-N-Out sauce to Korea, I think they would love it, but it might be kind of hard to bring that since it's a liquid. So you might, and it has to be refrigerated, so you might have to bring like a cooler and bring it with you on the carry-on, a bunch of the In-N-Out sauce packets. But that's an option. Something that's local to your area but is good would be cool, and that would show them that you cared a lot more than just the price of the item. So I always try to get each of my friends a different thing. I don't get like a bunch of the same things and bring them to Korea and give everyone, oh here, have this, have this. Everyone that I bring gifts to in Korea, it's completely different for the most part. However, there are a few things that I get multiple copies of and give to most of my friends. One of them I get is the United States version of the hot Cheetos, Flaming Hot Cheetos, because Korea has Flaming Hot Cheetos, but they're made in Korea with a different recipe. Because I heard this from a friend, but in the US, our Cheetos taste much better because in Korea, they try to get the Cheetos classified as a different level of health food. Like they want the Cheetos to have a certain number of calories and a certain amount of salt and a certain these ingredients. That way that parents can feel good about giving it to their kid for lunch. Whereas in the US, like when was the last time you looked at the nutritional value of chips? Maybe the calories, that's it. So we don't really care about that so much in the US. So our Cheetos, as a result, are less healthy and they taste much better, but you cannot get them in Korea. So I bring those to my Korean friends and they really like them because obviously they taste better. Do they have slap your mama seasoning? They do not. I've never seen that before. I know what you're talking about. They don't have a lot of the hot sauce. You might be able to get some of it imported though. So I would also search Coupang before you buy something. Like some of the really popular hot sauces, like I think they might have aardvark. They might have some of those in Korea if you import them, but there are a ton of sauces that they do not have at all. Another one is Chick-fil-A. Not a big fan of the company for obvious reasons, but their sauce is, I mean, what can you say? The sauce is good. And you can't get that sauce in Korea easily. It's also, I think, very expensive, and it would be import only and you have to wait, pay a lot of money. So this time I also bought one of my friends some Chick-fil-A sauce as well from the US. So that could be another good option. Sauces are good. Drinks are good, but again, it's heavy, and there's a 2-liter limit. Although this did change last year, in case you weren't aware. The drink limit, the amount that you can carry into Korea, has changed as of just this year. I believe February or January it changed. Originally, you can carry up to 2 liters maximum to Korea. And the limit was 2 liters and also 2 bottles maximum. So it didn't matter if you only had one that was 750 and the other that was a liter. You couldn't bring a third that was 250. There was a maximum of 2 bottles, or maybe it was 3 bottle maximum. I think it was 2 bottles. Anyway, that's changed. Now that the limit is only on the amount. So you can bring a bunch of little bottles if you want. like 250 or 350 or 500 or whatever. And as long as it doesn't go over 2 liters, you're in the clear. You don't have to pay extra for that. So that's a change. Okay, let me see some of these comments. Kush Easy Piano says, when you speak English, you sound very clear. Is that on purpose? Yes, this is my YouTuber voice, or it's not even my YouTuber voice. It's just my it's just my speaking voice now. Yeah. I don't talk like this with my family members, but it's how I talk with everyone else. So, welcome. I'm going to read some of your other comments that I've been missing. Ivy the Small says, I'm excited to one day try all the Korean food. The only issue is I can't handle spice. Well, you'll be fine because I've met plenty of people in Korea who also cannot have spicy food. There's a word for it. It's called 맵찔이. 맵찔이 is, it means you can't handle spicy food. And a lot of my Korean friends are self-proclaimed 맵찔이. So, yeah, so don't worry about that. And plus, I'll tell you something that is a little controversial, but Korean food really isn't that spicy for the most part. There is some Korean food. Suddenly my stream froze right after I said Korean food's not very spicy. I think like the government tried to cut off my stream when I said that. Korean food mostly though isn't very spicy. So even if it looks spicy, I would say try it first. It might not be. Some food though is made to be very spicy, but I'd say the majority that looks spicy isn't really that spicy. Yes, I am in Suwon. Raising Cane sauce is better. Ah, okay, I haven't tried that. I have never been to Raising Cane's, although I've seen it. It's not as common in LA, I'd say, as Chick-fil-A, from what I've seen. It's in some of the areas of LA, but it's not in one of the areas I go to really common, that mostly just has Chick-fil-A and other places. Okay. I'm personally a fan, though, of Jollibee. I'd say Jollibee is my favorite franchise chicken restaurant in the States. I have to say that. Kyled says, I've never seen Slap Your Mama seasoning. Yeah, you probably won't find that here. Can you drop the spelling of that in a disc? Yeah, if you tag me on Discord and ask me for any Korean word or phrase or thing that I teach during this live stream, I will happily repeat it and type it. No problem. Billy, where'd you start learning Korean? I started learning Korean in Korea. I mean, technically I started in the US because I studied it by myself. That was like April or May of 2005 when I got myself my first book. But yeah, I got most of my learning was done while I was living in Korea. Okay, I don't want to miss too many of these. The hot ones with Squid Game actors. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they yeah, it's a stereotype that Koreans can eat spicy food. Most Koreans can eat spicy food, but I've met a large amount who can't handle it. Where they'll eat it a little bit, but it's like, it's spicy, they don't eat a lot. How often you see people of other races? Actually, right now, the library, I'm not going to show it, but right now the Starfield Library I'm right in front of is filled with tourists from China, perhaps? No, not China. I'm not sure. I don't really want to guess. But black, I saw several coming here on the bus. Yeah, you're going to find other races here pretty frequently. Hi from Incheon. Did you try spicy noodles pepper? I'm not sure what that is. Do the people who don't like spicy food in Korea tend to be from certain regions? No, it's just general that, although I will say that Daegu, when I went to Daegu, I'm just saying it like an American here, Daegu they had spicier Korean food than I've had anywhere else in Korea, but that doesn't mean they all eat spicy food. So no, it's not. Your face reminds me of the Jollibee. The bee? Okay, sorry, I don't want to miss the comments. I'm going to scroll down really quick and then we're going to start moving around. What areas of Korea would you recommend for tourists to avoid tourist traps? I recommend avoiding Myeongdong if you can, unless your goal is to buy cosmetics and you just want everything in one place. Then I would say, yeah, go to Myeongdong. It's the best place for just getting everything quickly. But it's not the best prices or the best selection, I'd say. Insadong is one you also might want to avoid unless you're looking for souvenirs. I really like Insadong for souvenirs, but not for anything else. Not for food, not for like, oh, and tea shops. Tea shops also, Insadong is okay for that. But it's really just like buy some quick souvenirs before you go home. Gwangjang Sijang. So Gwangjang Market is a food market that used to be, or still is, it's really famous for having like traditional Korean food and some certain dishes that are especially good there, as like 10 years ago it was. Nowadays it's pretty overcrowded and they don't have anything special there that I know of. Let's see, where else would I say to avoid? That's pretty much it though, as far as like the really big tourist places. I think though, oh, and Hongdae in some ways. Hongdae is not that great for tourism. You're probably going to end up there once because a lot of people walk through Hongdae. But unless you're going to a bar or a club, I don't really think there's a need for you to visit Hongdae as a tourist spot. If you want to be if you have to be in the area though anyway, I recommend Yeonnam-dong. Yeonnam-dong is right next to, it's actually like, technically it's in Hongdae, but it's a street area that has a lot of little cafes and it's a little bit more laid back. It's less stressful than Hongdae. You need to be open-minded to visit Hongdae. No, I think you're thinking about, yeah, like bars and clubs a lot of those are in Hongdae, especially the bars and clubs that non-Koreans will go to. So if that's your thing, then yeah, sure, go with an open mind to Hongdae. Otherwise, I'm not a fan of it. It's really busy, it's loud, people aren't as friendly or willing to, like, everyone's just doing their own thing. I'm not a big fan of it. It used to be more popular, it used to be cooler, I think. But it's still really busy though. Did you try to eat samgyeopsal? Of course I have. Like way too many times to count. Okay, I want to show you guys some of the stuff around here. I don't want to just be talking to my face the entire time. So let's take a look around. Let's show you guys what we came here to see. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to avoid showing other people. So if you notice the camera suddenly goes down, that's because I don't want to get like clear views of other people around. So we'll do our best for that. Someone said, do you hop between the US and Korea often? Yes, at least once a year, usually twice if I can, though I don't know about this year yet. Yeah, this is like the best way to experience this library, I think, is going to be through this live stream because it looks incredible. And I mean, in person, it also looks really cool too. I'm not trashing on it, but I'll show you something. So if you actually wanted to come here and use the library, you can, they have like a little 검색대, which is just like the search kiosk for the 도서, for the books. You would search a book you want, you would find it here. So let's say I wanted to this book here. Well, you could read it, but you can't take it out of the library. And the other thing is, of course, this isn't really obvious, but these books above here, so this is an actual row of books you can borrow while you're here. Again, only while you're here. You can't take them out. These books are all attached. They're all, I would say, fake. I mean, they're real books, but you can't take them. So like 90% of these books that you see, which look really, really cool, are actually not available to read. You can't purchase any books. It's just for looking. And unless you're at a native Korean reading level, you're probably not going to get anything out of here, except maybe perhaps some of the magazines. I'll show you. There's like a little magazine section. You might be able to read some of those if you're still learning Korean. You know, here you got your magazine selection. Oh, is this Adrian Brody? Yeah. Hey, Adrian Brody. I know that guy. Anyway, you get the idea. You can Do you need a local address to borrow one? Well, you would need to live in Korea to have a ID card to get a library card. Can you purchase books from here? No, they do not sell them. They don't sell any books here. You can't take them out of the library. I don't even know if there's a rental. I don't even know if there's a checkout booth for these. I don't even see where that would be. Let me check. Oh, they do have something interesting. They have a donation. They have a little donation kiosk here. That's the first time I've ever seen this kind of thing before, ever in Korea. A donation kiosk. But here it says 기부, which means donation, and kiosk. 소중한 나눔 경험 기부 키오스크. So a donation kiosk for those precious moments, for sharing those precious moments, which I think is really nice. So yeah, you can cats. What? Hold on. Kyla said cat slapped my phone and hit donate. So this one's from Gumbo. Thank you, Gumbo. Gumbo. It's a cute name. Thank you, Gumbo. I would get Gumbo for lunch if they sold it here. But anyway, so I was showing you the library, and really that's it. So you see, this is the border of the library, and it goes down there, and it goes back around to where we were. I'll show you again, just so you can get a feel for what it looks like. Again, this is it. This is literally the entire thing. I'll show you one more time. And once you go up there, it literally ends. That's just actually let's just go there. I'll take you. Okay, I'm not going to go the other way. I see a group of people are taking photos, so I can't go that way. They're actually taking photos on the stairs to get up, so that's not cool. So I can't go up right now. But after they take their photo, I think I'm going to go up there. I'll show you what it looks like when you get to the top. Okay, sorry for the wait. Let's see. Do they have Korean to English dictionaries here? They probably do have a dictionary here at least. Gumbo just wants to be helpful. Yes, she's a very generous girl when she wants to be. Okay, now I'm going to show you what it looks like. They finished taking a photo here. So we're going to go up these steps because, I'm sure you're curious. What happens when you go up these beautiful steps? Actually, very pretty. They have light features on even during the daytime, which I think is really nice. People will just sit down here. So these are just little benches. You can, nice and soft, sit there and read a book. Grab something out of here. Someone left their beverage there. That's not cool. Okay, we're going to go up. I'm just going to show you what happens when you get to the top. Wow, this is... I wonder what else we can explore at the library. Oh, it's over. That's it. That's the library. But sit down here for a second. I'll show you the view. Keith asks, are shorts frowned upon in Korea? Isn't it 40 degrees in the rain? It is 40 degrees today. It's very hot. Yeah, it's 40 degrees, I mean Celsius. So yeah, it's a really nice view. Today is supposed to be 90 degrees and high humidity and raining. So that's fun. That's why I decided to be indoors today, and I didn't want to go out I was going to go to a different place today, but I decided indoors because of the weather. And someone else asked another question, Keith also asked, are shorts frowned down in Korea? No, I wouldn't say so, but actually, let me see right now. Let me count. I count 1, 2, 3 pairs of shorts. And 5, 6, 7 guys that are wearing pants. So there's your statistic from my sample size of 10 people that are on this floor, men. I think it's less common than the US, but totally fine. However, I tend not to wear shorts if I can. If the weather's really hot though, I do, but I tend not to because I have hairy legs, like I have hair on my legs. So I mean, it's pretty much what you see here on my arms is also on my legs. which Koreans think is cool because they'll like to rub my arms to feel my hair. But yeah, it's I'd say shorts are perfectly fine though. Don't worry about it, and you'll see lots of people wearing shorts, but it is a little less common. Natural mosquito repellent. Actually, yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten a mosquito bite on my arms or on my legs, but I get mosquito bites like all the time during the summer on like here on my face, especially like this area right here, and my my wrists and my ankles, I'd say. Really thought Koreans removed hair. No, they just don't have it to begin with. In fact, if you want to buy, I'll say something else. When I first came to Korea, I could not find a store that sold shaving cream. Nowadays, you can buy it fairly easily, I think at most stores. But it's just less common that Koreans have facial hair, as well as I'd say arm hair is, I don't know any other people that have lots of arm hair. You might see someone with a little bit, but like something like this, I mean, to be honest, this isn't even that much arm hair. This is pretty tame. I'd say this is pretty normal for guys that have arm hair. And plus mine's really smooth and thin. I don't have like the thick, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, it's less common. You won't see many guys with leg hair or arm hair. You won't see many guys with even facial hair. They have different genes. They also have different genes. Oh no, these are shirts. Never mind. I was trying to make a cheesy joke. Some things also is they have different sweat glands than we do, which is something you might not have thought about. But Koreans, I found, have for the most part, no sweat glands underneath their arms, which is the craziest thing. Okay, we're almost next to the library again. I'll show you again what it looks from up here. So Koreans don't have sweat glands underneath their arms like we do, which means that when they sweat from other parts of their body, and they smell different. I should say typically better than us Americans do, where we sweat, like most of our sweat is from under our arms or maybe our neck or something like that. Yeah, so because of that, another thing that used to be really hard to find in Korea, nowadays is not, but used to be, was getting antiperspirant and a variety of deodorant. So there's always been like deodorant in Korea, but there wasn't really a good variety, and there definitely wasn't a good variety of antiperspirant either. Nowadays, again, you can, but I remember the first time I came to Korea having to bring my own, because you just can't find it easily in Korea. And honestly, I think most Koreans wouldn't need it. It's just if you're not sweating from that area, you can sweat a lot, but if you're not sweating from underneath your arms, you're not going to have the body odor like what we associate with smelling, right? Yeah, no armpit sweat. They'll have some armpit sweat, but I feel like most people don't have as much. So if you see like a really, really sweaty Korean guy, feel free to, you don't have to avoid him, right? He's probably not going to smell much. He'll just smell like sweat, but he's not going to smell like the body odor that we might assume it's going to be radiating off someone like that. So I wouldn't worry about it so much. Yeah, they do have smell. This isn't saying Koreans don't smell when they sweat, but it's less severe usually because, again, they don't have as many sweat glands. They might not even have them at all, but they definitely don't have as many underneath their arms like we do in the US. Yeah, sniff them. Yeah, just walk up to a Korean guy and be like, 저희 잠시만요. 감사합니다. 예, 감사합니다. Just like walk away. And they're gonna be like, what the? Amne. Yes, Keith, that is correct. Amne would be the B-O, as we would say. Yeah, I'm sure they'll love it. The Korean guy, they're used to it, right? It's just a cultural difference. So even now when they see a foreigner approaching, they'll be like that. Anyway, yeah. So there's some interesting things that I learned when I came here. Also, I don't know the scientific reason behind this, but so in Korea during the summer, you're going to deal with mosquitoes. Especially if you're in literally anywhere, you're going to deal with mosquitoes. They get in. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter like how expensive your hotel is. You might find a mosquito. Some people though are more prone to get bit by mosquitoes. Like mosquitoes are picky. If they see two people, one of them is going to look more delicious. So sometimes I would have that problem where I'm staying at a friend's house and I'm the only person that gets bit because I have delicious type O blood, or maybe they liked the exotic. Maybe they just wanted some foreign food. You might find that in Korea though, some people just get bit way more than others by mosquitoes when they're outside. I would say that's one reason you might not want to wear shorts in Korea if you're going to be hanging out outside. Like if you're not just walking, but like if you're going to be meeting a friend at a park outside during the summer. Especially a park with like a lake next to it, lots of grass, right? Mosquitoes like to bite your ankles. So that's because it's easy. It doesn't, you won't even notice it until after they bit. You'll feel it after they bit you. So you might find that wearing shorts is a bad idea for that. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, mogi. That's right. Mogi is mosquito. Mogi. Exactly. And I would say, they said, I think they like certain blood types. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or if it is what blood types they like. All I know is I would get bit a lot more than my Korean friends typically. In the US as well, if there's a mosquito, I'll get bit before anyone else does. How many shirts do you have of this type? I have, I think total, I haven't counted it recently. I think 6 in total. Right now in Korea, I brought 3. So every time I wear them, I wash them and then wear it again the next time. So that way, in case I'm filming like every day, I have a couple days as a buffer. Okay, I still wanted to show you this. So this is from the other side. Again, that's where we came out of, over there, up the stairs, right? There are many floors that you can see the library from. And all of the views of the library look really pretty. But again, besides looking at it, there isn't anything you can do here. Kim Myung-ju is talking about coex. It is not coex. So coex has a fake tree when you first walk into it. Coex also doesn't let you view it from anywhere except the entrance on the first floor. So if you go to the coex Starfield Library, you enter, you see the library in front of you, and that's it. Whereas this library, this place I'm at, which is also Starfield Library, you can see it from every floor you're on. So it's a little bit different. Personally, I think this one's nicer than the coex one, just because the coex one is smaller. Like again, there's one entrance, and it's really crowded because coex, everyone goes there anyway. I want to see that throw your things off the balcony sticker. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice that. Let me see. Oh, now I see it. Hold on. Keith, for you, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show you that sticker. Oh, they have one here too. Okay, perfect. I don't have to go back down. When do you think is the best season to visit Korea? Anytime except June, July, August, and September. That's when I would avoid because of the heat. It used to be less severe in June, but nowadays, I guess due to the climate change, Korea now during the summer is what it used to be in July. I'm sorry, in June is what it used to be in July. So I would say avoid June, July, August, September, but any other time is fine. Okay, here's your sticker. It doesn't say don't throw things though. So 휴대폰 is your cell phone, your mobile phone, literally. 휴대 means mobile, portable. Meet and. This is a written version. This is a written only way to say and. 소지품 is your possessions, like your personal objects. Naka is fall. So it's not throwing, but it's dropping, like falling. Shui, caution. So caution of your things falling over. So it just means if you put your phone out, like if I put my phone out over here to take a picture, be careful because you might drop it and it could hit, could hit someone walking down there. Also, the other one says 기대면 추락 위험. So 기대다 is to lean on something. Again, here we have the fawns leaning up against the wall here. So it says if you leave, 기대다 is the verb, 기대면, if you leave, 추락 means to fall. So here we have dropping, like going down, and here we have like falling, like you're gonna fall over. 위험, danger, so danger of falling if you lean. So don't lean or you might fall. I mean, this is attached, but I could imagine if someone, really tall and leans on here and they keep doing that frequently, or maybe they bump into it really hard, this could break, or it could come unattached or something, you could fall. So, well, I got a donation. Hey Billy, just wanted to send a small donation. Oh, that's not a small donation, thank you. Small donation to thank you for your amazing videos. The best thing is how many examples you give for each grammar point. Ah, yeah, thanks. I'm glad you're, I think you might be talking about the sentence connector course, which has, I don't even remember how many example sentences. It was so many example sentences, like 1,500, I think, was the final total for the course. Maybe more than that. I can't remember now, but yeah, I'm glad you like it, and thank you for your donation. I've never seen it used for and before. Yeah. Meet. So again, meet is a formal word, or formal particle, I should say. It's not a word. That means and, but it's only used for connecting nouns, and it's only used in writing. It's kind of like an ampersand. Like you can read it as and, right? You still read that as meet, but you wouldn't normally say that in speech. You wouldn't say like this ampersand that, unless you're reading what it says verbatim on a sign. So you'll see that really commonly on signs, official notices, stuff like that. So Lorcan is asking, isn't 기대다? Suddenly the stream just like cut off. I don't know what I did. 기대다 is to lean. 기대하다 is to expect or to look for. That's a different verb. 기대하다, but 기대다. And then 기다리다 is to wait. So I think you might be getting those three mixed up. But yeah, 기대다 is a separate verb, just means to lean on something like this. 기대다. I must have clicked something. I'm gonna try not to break my live stream this time. Last time it was just totally broken. Like I watched it after it finished, and you guys are right, the video was all messed up. I think it's because I was outside in that area, didn't have good cell phone service, so the stream kept cutting out and going really low quality. I became like an 8-bit monster at some point. Okay, let's take some Korean questions while I continue to walk around here a little bit. Also, just letting you guys know that after about an hour, I'll need to stop and eat something. So either I'll eat something while talking with you guys, or we'll stop the stream after an hour and I'll eat something, because I haven't eaten anything today, except I had a couple little pretzel crackers in the morning. That was my breakfast. Yeah, hopefully here though the internet should be okay. Kyled says, I have to feed Gumbo now and get some sleep. All right, take care, Kyled. I'll see you again. Billy, I've learned most up like basics, Hangul, sounds, a bit of grammar. Should I do vocabulary next? Right now I'm doing videos like 30, oh, that's going the wrong way. Can't go up that way, let's go the other way. Okay, you said you've learned most of the really basic stuff. So you're doing videos like common phrase videos. Common phrase videos are only supplemental. So they would never, ever take the course, take the place of any sort of course or even tutoring or practice, I would not consider those any sort of studying material other than just supplementary material. What you need is to have some sort of path to follow if you're learning by yourself and you're not living in Korea to get full immersion. So I have a free beginner course. There's 100 episodes in it. I would start there, but I would not recommend using like common phrase courses or common phrases videos or something as considering that as learning Korean, just because it's not going to help you very much. Is this the way up? Yeah. Oh, okay. I should go back here. All right. I think I'm getting into the food court area now. So we've exited the main area with all the shops, and now this is the food court. I don't think I really want to be here though because I'm not eating yet, but I can show you it. I got a tutor at the almost the start of the year after learning Hangul, and I've made a lot of progress within just a few months. Oh, that's great. Recommend visiting Tarpan Hansang Uma in 7th floor. Well, I'm on the 7th floor right now. Let's find the restaurant. Tarpan Hansang. Hey, Keith. Thanks, Keith. Are we on the 7th? We are on the 7th floor, but not in the right spot. Okay, this is not the right spot. Does this lead? No, oh my god, I'm not going out there. That is ridiculous. I just opened up the automatic door to go outside for a second. And look at this. It's raining. It's raining like crazy now. Just suddenly, like literally 2 seconds ago, it just started raining. And yes, Keith, thank you for the snack. I will definitely be using that today when I get my lunch. Oh my goodness, it just started raining. Literally just while I turned around to show you guys outside. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to show you that it's raining really hard. I don't know if you could see it though. Let's see if I zoom in, if it's possible to see anything. You can't really see the raindrops, but it's just suddenly raining. And now it's stopping a little bit. No, never mind. It's still raining well. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't see that too often, but just immediately started pouring. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna go outside and show you because this is pretty. Wow. Oh my goodness, it's like blowing in. Oh my goodness. It seriously wasn't raining 10 seconds ago, and now it's like pouring. But the thing is, okay, so it's raining really hard right now, so you would think that the weather would be nice and cool, but it's ridiculously hot. It's still like in the high 80s outside. Yeah, sonagi would be like a sudden downpour, like that. There's also the famous story called sonagi, which I don't like the story, but it's pretty famous. Everyone knows it. Okay. We're going to go back down a little bit. I'm just going to show you where we are. I'm going to go back down and try to find the food court area. What floor was I on? Wasn't this the 7th floor? Or is this 7th floor? Is the rain itself warm? It's not cool. It's not cool. I'll say that. It's not like hot though, but yeah, it's not cool. Okay, here is the food court area. Okay, I'm gonna look for that restaurant that they mentioned. Let's see if I can find that. Oh wow, look at this place. American Trailer. Season table. Orange season. American Trailer. I guess it's a like a fruit juice. They have lemonade, orange juice. That actually looks kind of good. Kind of want that. I low key want to get some orange juice. Sigominko. Here's another 10. Get something more in a sec. Oh, thank you. Between both of you, I can actually get lunch here after this is finished. That's nice. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. I'm still looking for that. I'm also looking for that restaurant that they mentioned. Why does that make me think? Oh, I think it's here. Here. Yeah, this says Uma. I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was like Squid Game, the restaurant. Let me check if this is the place they're talking about. Oh, yes. Is it? No, this is different. What was the place that they said? Hold on, I'm going to scroll up and look really quick. Where they said I should eat. Charpan Hansang. So this is also Uma, but that's a different one. Maybe they have it over here? Okay. Let's see. Anyway, thank you again. Sigomin. Yeah. Danielle Alexandra, thank you so much. Billy, you're an amazing teacher. I've learned so much from your videos. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna get a nice lunch here today. Maybe I should eat first. Oh, I see it. I see the place they're talking about. I see the restaurant. Terpanangtang. I saw this place last time I was here, but I did not try it. Let's see what they have. Yeah. So they have steak, pork, samgyeop. That looks pretty good, actually. Maybe I can get that later. It's still a little bit early for lunch because right now it's like 11:30-ish. That font was no bueno. Wait, which font? Which font? Toginen Oldinayo. It's Starfield Library or Starfield. I think it's just called Starfield actually. Not because it's not just a library. It's like a whole mall. Decoy asks, how cold is Korea in the winter? It gets below freezing regularly. But if you come here during November, it's not quite freezing yet. It's just nice and cold, I would say. It's cold. It might snow, but it's not too bad. But yeah, during January, February, it's like ridiculously dry and freezing, and you're gonna wear so many layers and still be freezing. I don't recommend coming here in the winter, but I think if you don't have a choice, then yeah, just come anytime you want. July is fine, but I recommend avoiding the summer and the winter. The boxy font. Wait, which one? For the first place or the second place? I want to see which font you're talking about. I'll look again. Oh, the Squid Game type font. Ah. Okay, I'll go back there in a second. Let me just show you what we have here first. Right, I get it now what they're talking about. Okay, here is the view from the top floor of the library. Look at that. That thing's what is that? Looks like a scoop of ice cream, but it has like, I don't know. It's like a meat with cheese. Looks like the perfect place for a Jackie Chan fight scene. I think you're right. He would be hanging on there, right? He would, no. So Jackie Chan would fall onto the ice cream scoop, and then he would tight walk across here, right? And then he would trip. You know, they'd have him like where he trips with his legs on each side. He'd make a face like this. Of course, you know, in a early 2000s Jackie Chan movie. And then he would like punch some guy who would hang on here, and he'd kick his legs off, and he'd fall down. And then at the very end, like, you know, something explodes and all of it starts falling down, and Jackie Chan would like hold onto there and use it like a swing to go all the way to the next one and grab onto that, right? Something like that. I think when I flipped the camera, it stopped, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'll try not to do that. And then at the very end, maybe like Chris Tucker would show up, be like, "Yo, Jackie, what are you doing on there?" Or some, I don't know what the heck that Texas voice was I was doing. How does Chris Tucker talk? You know what I'm talking about. Be like, "What are you doing there?" It's like, "Do I look like I know what I'm doing?" And then it would just end. They wouldn't show how Jackie Chan actually got off the globe. Something like that. And the movie will lose $30 million at the box office. I know they're making a Rush Hour 4. I just don't know when it's going to come out, and I don't really think it should come out. We'll see. What TV animation shows are popular in Korea? That would be with kids. So it's... If you're talking about like shows that adults would watch, that's going to just be Japanese anime, the same as in the US. If you're talking about Korean-made animated shows, there are still a lot of those. Pororo still exists, is still fairly popular. And then it just depends on what you're into. There, like my kid watches a bunch of random Korean shows, but there wouldn't be any like one popular show. Pokemon is in Korea too. It's pretty much what you would think is in Korea from Japan. The same stuff's in Korea. Okay, I'm gonna show you the font. I wanted to show you that before. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. See, you can see it's the U is the one that goes like that and down, and then Ma is the one on top. They designed it like that so it looks like modern art. Hey, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, Carbots, Gobot, yeah. Kabot is still fairly popular. It's kind of like a kid's version of Transformers, I think. I've never seen it, but I've seen the characters and the toys. I used to watch Pororo as a kid. Yeah, I think that font looks kind of cool. I mean, yeah, it is hard to read if you're not really used to reading a lot of different Korean fonts, but I think it looks kind of nice. Okay, let's see if we could sit down here for a second. Oh, never mind. That's just. They have some tables around here. You can just sit down and relax if you want, which is really nice. I know when I go to malls sometimes in the U.S., it feels like they don't really want you to hang around. They just want you to go to stores, buy something, and then leave. But a common theme that you'll find with Korean shopping centers like this is that they want you to just hang out all day. So they'll have like, the restrooms are nice and clean. They'll have lots of places to sit down. They'll have games. This looks like an entertainment center with like, what the heck? Handball, some sports, stuff like that. I'm not really sure what this is for, but that looks pretty cool. Oh, an Outback. They have an Outback. Except you know what? Outback in Korea is like the most overpriced restaurant that I know of. I swear it's cheaper. I looked this up. Last week, my wife and I looked this up. It is cheaper to get all-you-can-eat sushi at a legit Japanese sushi place in Korea, or it is also cheaper to get all-you-can-eat Hanu at a high-quality Hanu restaurant in Korea than it is to go eat at Outback Steakhouse in Korea. Because there are some individual cheap items at Outback. Like if you really want to go there and just get something for like, $20, you can find it. But a lot of the things that they sell there are sold in sets. So you'll pay like $150 for like a barbecue set, which is enough for like 3 people. You can get a better deal at a regular like Hanu, like a Korean beef restaurant, or at sushi or anything like that. So it's not a cheap choice. So don't be fooled that you recognize the brand. It probably costs even more than it does back in the US. But I will say, they do have, at least the last time I checked, they do have the bread. The bread they give you at the table, which actually has a kind of a racist name in Korean. I won't say it, but you know what I'm talking about. That bread, though, is really good. They still have that. And they don't have the blooming onion, though, anymore, which is pretty sad, I think. So when I found out that they stopped making the blooming onion, there's no reason for me to go back there. All right, take care, Ivy. My family used to work in Outback. Do they charge fees just for sitting? Oh, no, 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 it's free. Yeah, yeah, there's nothing like that in Korea I've ever seen. The only thing you might, if you're wondering though, is does that sort of concept exist at all? No, but there are some cafes that might get really busy and they want you to buy a drink if you're gonna hang out there. But I've never been asked like, hey, sorry, can you buy a drink? Because they don't know if you've already bought one or they don't know if you're just waiting for someone to come there. No one's gonna bother you about it. Unless you're like sitting there for hours, then and it's really busy, they might come up and say, "Hey, sorry, you have to order. You should please order a drink here." The exception to that would be like a themed cafe. So if you go to like a cat cafe or a dog cafe or any kind of cafe like that, if it's something before the word cafe, then those have a requirement to get in. You have to buy a drink, or they might even have a fee to enter, depending on the place. Other than that, though, there's no place where you have to just pay to hang around. The fries with cheese and the baked potatoes, yeah. I'm still a fan of just the bread. Like, something I used to do in Korea sometimes was you go to Outback, you buy the chicken. On the menu, they had like an addition, like it was like side of chicken, and it used to be 3,000원, so like $2. It was like 3,000원 for like a side. It was like a single chicken breast. I would order that, and I would get a soda, and then I would just get unlimited bread, and I would just eat all this bread and the chicken, and then go out. You know, you leave there by paying, what was it, 3,000원 for the chicken, and then like another 3,000원 for the drink or something, which was a nice way to get Outback when you're poor. But nowadays, those options don't exist anymore. They don't do that. Once there was a time when ladies working in Outback Steakhouse, when they get the order, they knelt down to listen to the customer. Really? I never had that. I don't remember that. Maybe it was a long time ago. I always remember the waiter or the waitress just coming over and just writing down the order like normal. They wouldn't actually even write it down. They would just listen and then they'd go back and give the order. Do you eat at the CVS? What do you mean? 오징어 게임 season 3? 어땠어요? I have not watched, I started it, I haven't finished it. So I'll let you know when it's done. What library is the one on this live stream? No, it's not COEX, it is in Starfield. But which Starfield? I mean, it might not be hard to find out. If you know anything about where I live. Okay, so this is the food court area. Again, I don't want to show too much. I'm trying not to avoid showing other people here. They do have a, looks like a Chinese restaurant, I think. Yeah, and then they have a bunch of little, restaurants here in the food court area. And I'll probably eat here. So, thoughts on Korean KFC? Better than American KFC. Very much superior to the American KFC. I think we should just eat here. I was going to go down. I was going to eat a little bit later, about 30 minutes from now. But I think we could just eat while I'm here anyway. Let me get something small. So, what should I get? This is a tendon. So basically, it's Japanese food, but it looks like this, tendon. So like fried food on top of rice. There is a kind of traditional Korean sopbap, which is just like the rice cooked from a rice cooker. And then so we got some traditional Korean food here. We have some naengmyeon. This is hamung naengmyeon, so that's the older style of naengmyeon, the more common type that has like it's like vinegary and sweet kind of. I like that kind too. There is a shabu shabu restaurant I see over there. There is something called a Wave Lounge, which looks like a fancy Korean restaurant. I'm not going there. It's going to be expensive. There is a sushi restaurant. Oh, sushi. Seems they don't have any fast food. Yeah. Actually, that's the nice thing about mall food courts is that you won't find fast food brands at them because people don't want to eat fast food when they come to these places. They want like a regular meal. So what ends up happening is you get lots of families that come here. Like people come here on dates because they know they can get some kind of interesting, decent food versus just fast food you can get at any train station. So yeah, you're not gonna find fast food at a lot of these. Let's see. You can find, however, oh, classic hamburger, cheeseburger, chicken sandwich. Oh, that looks good. Okay, there's burger and fries here if I want that. There's a noodle house here. Is that saibuksu? That might be pho. I'm just looking here. No. That's just it's just a noodle house. Okay, never mind. And then there's guksu. There's like just regular noodles as well as like buckwheat noodles. Like soba might be the best way to describe it. Did your heart just say sushi? Oh, well, my heart is always saying sushi, so that's not really surprising. Are the sushi restaurants usually good? Asks Ari. Yeah. They're different. They're Korean style. So if you've never had Korean style sushi before, they have different items that come out usually, and rolls are usually prepared a little bit differently with some different flavors. I think spicy is a flavor you might get. I've seen jalapeno and garlic sometimes on them, and a few different items, but yeah, it's good. It's just different than the Japanese style. So I think it's better to just call it chobap, the Korean word for sushi. Chobap would be actual Korean sushi, and then sushi would be the Japanese style. They're both good. I prefer the Japanese kind, but if someone gets me chobap, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to eat all of it because it's also really good. And then there's another ramen place. It actually shows next to it. Irban Umsikjam, regular restaurant. Menshoku looks like also it's a ramen style. It's like a Japanese style ramen place. There are good izakayas if you find a proper one. Yeah, there are some good places like if you actually want that style as well here. And then looks like this is a spaghetti pasta place. That smells really good too. I don't know why it keeps cutting off the stream. You know what? I think I know why. I think it thinks that I'm trying to open up the swipe menu on my phone, and it keeps canceling it whenever I push that button. So I'll be more careful now that I know that. Do Korean people like sashimi? Yes, they love sashimi. In fact, there is a Korean version of it called pae. Pae is raw fish. It's basically sashimi, but it's prepared in a different way. You eat different kinds of fish, and it's served with different sides. So I think it's pretty much a different dish. I wouldn't really call it sashimi, even though, yes, it is raw fish sliced. It's really good. I had it actually last week. Yeah. Do Koreans put sugar in their spaghetti? Yes. Not all kinds, but I found that the tomato spaghetti is most often a little bit sweet. So just know that. It's good though, but it is a little bit sweet. And then the cream sauce, sometimes, but usually no for the cream sauce. Cream sauce, I think it's more common that they add more like garlic flavors and stuff like that to it. Although, Starrink is saying sugar in spaghetti. Actually, in American spaghetti too, sugar is a common ingredient. They don't make it sweet, but you add sugar to make the tomatoes have more of a flavor. So adding sugar is not weird. We do that in the US, but it's the amount of sugar. They'll usually add a little bit more so that you can kind of taste a bit of sweetness, whereas we would only add a little bit just to bring out the flavor. What's your favorite Korean dish? That would be sundae. Sundae with no competition. Oh, hey, Bonnie. Welcome, Bonnie. Okay, someone says haedeopbap. Yeah, haedeopbap is really good. Any Jamaican restaurants? I've never seen a Jamaican restaurant. I know there are some, but I've never seen them. I'm sure if you go to somewhere like Itaewon, where they have all of the foreigner like villages and the foreign restaurants, there probably is a Jamaican place there, but I've never seen one. I think you should go for the pho. Okay. I will take votes. In order to vote for what I should eat, you just have to donate something so that way I can to help pay for my meal. But we're gonna pick what we're gonna get. So again, there's French baguettes, there's noodles, there is Japanese food, there's pasta, there's like soba, there is Chinese food, there's Japanese ramen, sushi, there's hamburgers, there is kind of traditional Korean food as well. Any of those sound especially good to anyone. Oh, and then there's like another restaurant that looks like it's like kind of meat and rice. Maybe just sit down here for a second. In Korean can include cooked dishes. Not really. I'm trying to think what it would be. I mean, technically, if you're having like shellfish, that's going to be cooked for safety reasons. But usually, no. It just means the raw stuff. When people think of hay, they think of the raw stuff. In Haedang, there used to be a Jamaican place called Zion Boat. Oh, okay. Okay, we've got a vote for In-N-Out Burger. I will get In-N-Out next month for sure. I'll be at In-N-Out sometime next month when I go back to the US. It's really good, yeah. There's nothing like In-N-Out in Korea. There is a restaurant I saw people posting that looks like In-N-Out, I saw, but does not taste like In-N-Out in Seoul. There's a restaurant called Cry Cheeseburger, which looks just like In-N-Out, does not taste like In-N-Out. Susan Cho says Panda Express. You know, I know you're joking, but there is a Panda Express in Korea. It's at it's the mall right next to Tall Hyundai, or the Hyundai department store in Yeouido. Yeouido is like one of the areas near the Hangang, the Han River, and there's a mall there. There's a big mall called Tall Hyundai. Right next to there's a smaller mall. I can't remember the name of it right now, but inside of that smaller mall, in the food court in the basement area, is a Panda Express, the only Panda Express in all of Korea. I've never been there. Pochi, is that skewers, or do they have that? Yeah, they don't have pochi. I did see chicken sandwiches, but they didn't have pochi here. They have Shake Shack. Yes, they have Shake Shack in Korea. Have you been to Brooklyn, the burger joint? I've been all around, and Korean hamburgers don't compare to American hamburgers, with a few exceptions. Yeah, if you're don't go to Korea to get a hamburger, right? Get some Korean food. If you're looking for a hamburger, go to the US. That'll be where it's at. I'd rather get Korean-style Chinese food than Panda Express. They're both good, but I agree. If I'm in Korea, I'm not going to get Panda Express, I'll get Chinese food. Okay, so what do we want to get for lunch? Again, I'm trying not to film other people, so pardon my weird camera angles for a bit. Okay, there's like ramen, there's steak with rice, kind of like meat with rice. Here looks like, oh, this is like a soba restaurant they also have some sushi here. Oh wow, that's interesting. So this is like Korean style sushi. Salad, memirul, and stuff like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. That can be an option. Korean style sushi. What am I in the mood for? Honestly, nothing. I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I don't have any cravings yet. Oh, that looks good too. This is like some kind of like a noodles restaurant as well. Okay. Steak with rice was the one the person with the Korean name recommended before. I'm just curious about prices. Some of these places that look really good can be kind of expensive, like, you know, $20 for a meal versus $10 for a meal. Okay, there's the tendon. Again, a lot of Japanese food here. There's shabu shabu, which is really good. Although shabu shabu is Japanese, Koreans do it really differently. That I think it's I don't completely classify it as Japanese food when I have it here. Okay, and then this place, which I'm not sure how I can show you because there's a lot of people around here. Let me see if I can. There, that's like a traditional Korean food kind of place. That looks interesting too. Few people voted for steak with rice. One thing I'm not gonna do is get the cheeseburger and fries. We're not going for American style here. I've had some pretty good hamburgers already. I know a place that has really good hamburgers already in Korea that I go to, but everywhere else I just don't really care. It's never that good. Always something lacking. Okay, here is the steak restaurant. Invent a sundae burger. That sounds hideous. That sounds absolutely atrocious. Okay, I'll try it. Okay, this place has, it's like cube steak, and it looks like we're looking at about $15 if we get a cube steak. Let me show you the menu really quick. Okay, they have that kind of steak. They have chicken. Oh, they have in English anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. I think of these options, honestly, that one looks the best. It's also the most expensive for a set. That's 2만 원. That's about like 16 bucks. Looks like set also has the 동그란 땡. If I got here, I'm looking at spending close to 20 bucks with a drink. Labeled as the best. Yeah, that's what they labeled as best. I think I might eat here, even though it's kind of expensive, just to get something kind of healthy, you know, plenty of calories, and get a drink here as well. Okay. Steak food. And what do I want to drink? 칠성 사이다. I guess I'll get 칠성 사이다. 칠성 is basically their 7-Up. It's really similar in flavor to 7-Up in the US, whereas 7-Up is also in Korea and doesn't taste anything like 7-Up in the US. That would be 35 plus tip. Yeah, it's probably what you're looking at. 35 plus tax and tip, I think. So 2만 원 or 20,000 won is not terrible, but I'm not going to get the set. I'm going to get the individual item with the drink. Because the set just comes with yeah, the set just comes with some 동그란 땡, which is like some little small circular egg, like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're just little mini circle things you dip in ketchup sometimes. And then shrimp balls. So it just includes a few extra things to eat. I don't think I need that. I'm just gonna get the individual item. 저 주문할게요. 네, 저 제크 스테이크 단품으로 할게요. 네. 아, 그리고 칠성 사례도 하나요. 네.
주문하세요?
아니요. 네. Okay, hold on, I'm paying.
영수증 드릴까요?
아니요. 네, 갑니다. Okay, we ordered, which was the easy part. Now I gotta find a seat. I don't want to take these big seats that have like space for a family of 12. Now here might be okay. Okay, hold on, let me put my card back 1 sec. steak is kind of expensive in Korea, and he's in a mall. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I'm headed there next Friday to see the in-laws. Wife and daughter have been there for a month already. Nice. How often do they recognize you? Koreans? They? By they, do you mean Koreans? Koreans never recognize me. Oh, actually, that's not true. No, that's actually not true. Lately, I've been getting recognized equally by Koreans. The reason is I was in a popular YouTuber video in Korea a couple years ago, and people recognized me from that video. Koreans, which is funny because it was like I was only in 3 of those videos, but sometimes people will go up to me, oh, 혹시 빌리님 맞으세요? Like that. Like, yes, but how do you know me? So now I can order a sirloin plate. You can order anything you want. You just say something I want, 하나 주세요. Or actually, to make it simpler, just 주세요. Give me. 그리고 means and. This is a little thing I got, which is so cool. It shows you the place you ordered from. It has branding for this place I'm at, your number, and then it tells you what they're doing. It says 음식을 조리 중입니다. They're currently cooking your food. So it gives you the status update of your order while you're waiting. And then when it's ready, it'll buzz and you go pick it up. Oh yeah, they have some really cool things. Some things, like when you're in a busy area in Korea, like big city, busy area, popular place, you're gonna see like the most futuristic stuff. And then when you go to like a place that's not very crowded, smaller city, you're gonna be like, I'm back in like 50 years in the past. So yeah, it's kind of, you get some whiplash. Like the subways in Korea, the subway trains are all air conditioned, but the stations are not. But some of the really popular stations, the areas with the trains are. So if you're only doing tourist locations, you might feel like Korea's living 100 years in the future. But if you actually live in Korea and you go off the beaten path and you go to some other, cool places, it'll be like you walk into a subway station and it's like hot and humid. And then you get on the train, it's nice and cool and refreshing, and the seats are all clean, and you hear this like mystical voice announcing the next stop. Like, so it can be kind of like that sometimes. The first time I saw one of those service robots was at Myeongdong Kalguksu. Yeah, some of the restaurants will have the service robots that bring your drinks to your table, or actually a lot of them, they'll just clean your stuff. Like you can put your stuff there and it'll clean it up. The airport lounge in Korea has one of those robots where you just put stuff on it and it'll clean it up and bring it back to the cleaning area. They also have one at the airport, which will guide you to whatever booth you want to go to. If you're looking for your airline, you can tell it where you're trying to go and it'll walk you there. Subway is nicer than McDonald's. Okay, we're waiting for our food here. Shouldn't be too much longer. I'm getting kind of thirsty though. Hold on. I brought water. I carry this with me. See if I can open this and drink this with one hand. I can. Okay, yeah, that worked well. There's actually a Korean steakhouse near where I live here in the US that has those service robots. Yeah, I've seen them in the US too sometimes. I know there's a sushi restaurant I went to in LA, like a revolving sushi restaurant that also has one of those robots that brings you your drinks, which is kind of cool. Even though I only order water, here it doesn't have water, so I didn't order it. I ordered a soda, but normally I just order water. today I'm kind of splurging. Stan asks, do they have Waymo style taxis there yet? No. There is like a brand new taxi that is driverless in Seoul, but I don't know where it is and I don't know what times it operates. It might only operate late at night when there's not much traffic. So I haven't researched that. And then in Daegu, or no, not Daegu, Daejeon? I'm not sure. There is a bus line also that's operated autonomously, but I've never taken that one either. It's only like a few stops, I think. Like maybe it might be like 1 or 2 stops that's operated autonomously, which is okay. They want to make sure they do it really safe. They don't want to just say, hey, here's your, with all of the bad stuff with Tesla's autopilot, right? They're not just going to put that out on Korean roads. So they're doing only like safe ones, like ones that they know the road, what it looks like. They can trust it's going to get there and back safely without incident. But it's not common. I've never seen one before. And you would have to research that if you wanted to do it. You might even need a reservation. Kura Sushi in Austin. I think it was Kura. Yeah, I think it was Kura that I went to. That was back last year in August, I think maybe. Anyway, yeah, last year I remember going there with my kid, and we saw one of those robots that brought us our drinks. I thought, oh, that's really cool. Are the designated driver surface expensive? So you're talking about 대리 운전. 대리 means proxy, someone doing something for someone else. 대리, and 운전 is driving. So 대리 운전 services are where the person goes out to where you are. So they would drive a bike, or like a motorcycle, or like a moped to the location you're at. They would take your keys and they would drive you in your car. They would drive you back to your house. And then they would take their moped or whatever and they would drive back to their headquarters. So those types of services are really common for business people who like to go out to drink, but they have to drive to get to where they're going. I've never tried it. I don't even drink, but they're not that expensive. They're more than a taxi because you're paying a person for their time, but they're not too bad. So it's better than, well, one, it's better than crashing and dying. And it's also better than leaving your car there. So that way you still have your car in the morning when you wake up. But yeah, I don't think they're too expensive though. Have you traveled on the KTX? Yes, many times. Every time I go to another major city, I try to take the KTX whenever possible because the time it takes is half of the fastest alternative method. I went to Daegu. Last week I visited a friend, another YouTuber, 그냥 한국어, one of my YouTuber friends, and I went to visit in Daegu. And when I went there, I took the ITX, which is just a fast train. And I remember the train was about 3 hours to get there. But when I came back, I took a KTX, and it was less than an hour and a half. So you pay more, but it's way better because you save your time. Okay, where do you live now? Right now I'm living in Suwon, but I'm not always in Suwon. I'm either in Suwon or I'm in Seoul. Seoul traffic is boss level for autonomous car. I think that would be really hard. Because Korean drivers are not as friendly, I've noticed, at least as California drivers and other states that I've driven around California. They don't let you in. They do not want to let you in. Like they don't want to slow down and, oh yeah, you go first. There's none of that. If you want to get in, you can, roll down your window and like, oh please. But it's not going to be as friendly as you get in the States. You just push your way in. It's not it's not as, I think it's like a lot more offensive, is that the word? No, not defensive driving, but what's the opposite? Aggressive? Offensive driving. Okay, my order's ready, so I'm gonna go pick that up. I might have to put you guys down for a second while I get that. 네. 감사합니다. 네.
여기 회식부 오세요.
You get a really weird view of me because I'm currently carrying you in my right hand this is ridiculously heavy. This is so heavy. Oh my God. This thing is so heavy. I want to show you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so heavy. This thing weighs like a ton. Ugh, I can't even pick it up with my finger. I can barely pick it up. Okay. So we're gonna be eating this today, but before we do that, I need to set something up. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I smell the corn. The corn's like roasting on this plate. I also smell, the meat smells really good. I think it's like medium rare. It doesn't look overcooked. Okay, for 2,100원, less than 2,100원, so less than like 16 bucks. I think it's not a bad value. What do you think? For 16 bucks? What do you think? Including the soda, no tax, no tip? I don't know, $16, maybe 17, depending on the exchange rate. Not a bad deal. Hold on, I'm gonna switch here. Give me a second. You can see I'm like awkwardly holding my my tripod here. We're gonna get you guys a better view of this. Okay, I'm just putting some things away in my bag. Okay, can I do this? Will this work? Will this work? Kind of works. Actually, it works better than I thought it would because this is perfect for vertical mode. There we go. Okay. All right. Feel free to ask any Korean questions you have while I'm eating this. Finally, I can sit down and. Oh, I didn't get any napkins. No, whatever. I brought my own. This is the cutest wet wipes I've ever seen. How do I open it? This looks like butter. It looks like a stick of butter. Love it. Interesting things you can get at Korea. I think that was from Daiso. Mukbang. Yeah, now we're starting the mukbang. Just gonna wipe my hands first because I was holding the phone and you know, I want to eat with clean hands. Also, I got a bunch of soda on them when I just opened that, so. Okay. All right. Done. You have to make that sound when you drink something that's like really carbonated or really alcoholic. Usually is what they do it for. After you drink something, you have to make that sound. That's what people do. It just means like, yeah, that hits the spot. Okay. I'm gonna have a little bit of kimchi first. Kimchi is okay. You can usually judge if a place is gonna be good or terrible. Start with the kimchi. If the kimchi is bad, you know the place is gonna be horrible before you even try it. This one, kimchi is okay, so it's not a great start, but we'll see. I'm just gonna mix up my soy sauce and my wasabi in here. Actually, I don't think it's probably not wasabi. It's probably gochujang, which is basically kind of like wasabi. Okay. All right, we've got rice. Have a little bit of rice. It has like soy sauce and some like seeds, some seasoning on it. It's really fragrant. The top is not Korean, but it's called furikake. Okay, it's pretty good. It's hot. They also have these little peppers. They're like pickled. They're a little bit sweet, but they're really spicy too. But they're tiny. But if you don't like spicy food, don't eat them. They are very spicy. Okay, now I'm gonna try the star of the show. Hopefully, some of the steak. Oh, it's good. It looks pretty juicy. It's really hot. I don't think you can see it, but it's like steaming a ton. I can't see it on the camera. Maybe you can, but it's steaming a lot. Am I supposed to eat this with something, or I think I'm just supposed to eat it? Ah, that's what the soy sauce and the wasabi is for. Okay, let's try that. Two of them are stuck together, so we're just going with two. All right, dip that in some of the soy sauce and wasabi. It's cooked to medium. Tiny bit chewy, but juicy. Yeah, would be better if it was medium rare, but for being medium, it's okay. Yeah, it is a lot of food, I think. It also has like, it looks like chopped, is that bell pepper or are these also peppers? Well, it's jalapeno. It's kind of spicy. Okay, so it had chopped jalapeno that were like grilled, like chipotle kind of. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. They get points for that. The only problem is a lot of this one's stuck together too. I'm trying to eat little tiny pieces. Keith says wasabi is too strong for steak. I kind of agree with you. I think it could be too strong for a lot of steak. This though is a bit chewy. I think because you're chewing it a lot anyway, and it's really juicy. I think it's okay for this, but I would agree. I wouldn't do wasabi normally for like ribeye or something. I'm someone who does. I do steak cooking sometimes. I also like steaks. Thing is, Star, the steak itself isn't chewy, but the fat parts are. What that means is, it means they cooked it, the steak is cooked properly, but they could have fixed that if they cooked the steak, if they did reverse sear. Like basically it's cooked too quickly. So when you cook it really, really quickly, there's no time for the fat to render. There's no time for the fat to soften. So that's when you end up with the steak that's good, but the fat that's a bit chewy. That's what it is. The steak itself is fine, but the fat itself is still chewy. 고기 양이 엄청나네요. 어딘가요? This is Suwon Starfield. But it's pretty good. It's a good portion of meat, I think, for the price. Again, this whole meal, including the drink, was 21,000원. So like 21,000 won, which comes out to like what, $16, $17 maybe? I don't know how the conversion is. But no tax, no tip. Eating and drinking hot things when it's hot out can actually help cool you down. It does not. But that's a Chinese, Korean, maybe Japanese too, I don't know, but it's a myth. But it's part of the Iorchior philosophy, like fire, kill, like, you know, beat fire with fire, that sort of thing. But the idea though is when you're hot, if you have hot soup, it makes you sweat, which makes you feel cool. right? Because you're eating something hot. But as far as cooling down your body, it does not, because now your body is pushing out more water, so it dehydrates you, I guess. If you're drinking lots of water, though, and doing that, sure. But you could also just drink cold water, and that'll work better. But if you like that, if you feel like it, and as long as you're keeping hydrated, and it's fine. Personally, though, I like cool foods when I'm hot. But right now I'm indoors, it's nice and cool anyway, so I don't care. But if I was outside, I would not order this. Yeah. So again, the fat parts are a bit chewy. The steak itself is well cooked and soft and juicy. Okay. I want a Korean question. I just got a notice on my phone saying, "Warning, you've used 2 gigabytes of data today." I'm like, yeah, that's cute. That's cute. No problem. I still have like 30 gigabytes left on my plan for this month, so. If any of you are looking for SIM cards for Korea, I like the SIM cards by Airlo. Not sponsored. They don't know I exist, but that's the one. That's the company I use, Airlo. Maybe someday I'll set up like a landing page for it. But anyway, yeah, it works in Korea. They also have plans that'll work in like multiple Asian countries if you're doing like a trip to different countries. But it works okay. I do have some issues though, where if I'm in like more of a remote place where the signal's not so great, as you saw with my live stream last time. But other than that, yeah, I have a plan right now which is like 50 gigabytes, I think, of data, and I think I paid like $100, but it lasts for like 3 months. So like one-time payment for 50 gigabytes for the entire Korea trip is not so bad. Okay, let me see some comments. 한자 공부 영어로 하고 있습니다. Nice. Do you have a plan to watch the K-League game? No, I don't. I've never seen a baseball game in Korea ever. I would like to. 옥수수는 어때요? 옥수수는 It's roasted. It's like roasted on the side of the plate because it's like a hot plate, and it tastes nice. It's good. Tourist recommendation. How is the air quality right now? You know, actually I can't tell you because right now it's raining. Usually when it rains, the air quality will get really good for that day and the next few days. But if you're someone who's sensitive to like poor air quality like I am, I might recommend wearing a mask when you're outside, if you have to be outside for more than like a few minutes. For me though, if I'm just going to the subway station, I don't really care that much about the air quality, but if I'm going to be outside like hanging out, then yeah. We have someone asking. You're asking. You're trying to ask if it's very hot in the, like in the city. Yeah. Right now, today the weather is supposed to go up to 40 degrees Celsius, about like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's raining, which is just horrible. Because who wants the rain when it's hot? Now you're just humid and wet. And still hot. But most days though it's been like the mid 80s to high 80s, I'd say. Susan is asking, am I going to eat all of this? Yeah, no problem. This isn't that much. And no one's looking, so I'm just going to... Normally, if you're familiar with how they eat in Japan, typically they pick up the rice bowl, and they're in Japan, not Korea. They'll pick up the rice bowl and eat it like that. But in Korea, you don't do that. In Korea, your rice bowl stays down and you eat it. But I think it's a little more convenient to be able to pick it up. But soup, though, in Korea, you use your spoon. And you're supposed to, take spoons of it whenever you need it. But I just want to pick it up and drink it. Because it's really annoying to drink. It's really annoying to eat that like one spoonful at a time. The rice is actually surprisingly good. Because it has a little bit of soy sauce on it, but it's not that strong. It's like light soy sauce. And then it has a lot of the dried seaweed, and this looks like some kind of seed, but I'm not kind of sure. I don't think it's sesame seed, but some kind of seeds also on top of it. It's like nice and fragrant. And and it's not too sticky. It's not like gross and sticky together. It's still nice and kind of fluffy. They gave you a tiny dish of kimchi, yeah. It's like the tiniest dish. I mean, you can ask for more if you need. You can go right back up to where you ordered it and say, kimchi toljuseo, and they'll bring it for you. But I have my camera, I've got my bag. It'd be kind of annoying to do that, so. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. After I finish the kimchi, let's ask for more. So, when you want more of something, there are two ways you can do it. I'm going to teach you the basic way, which is perfectly fine, and I'm going to teach you a more advanced way, which I prefer. The first way is the basic way, which is totally fine. This does not sound amateur. This sounds native level, but it's basic. You just say whatever you want. In this case, we're going to get some more kimchi. You can just say, kimchi toljuseo. The end. All means more, not T-O, but all sound. Not the O sound, but all. And then juseo, give me. So, toljuseo is please give me more. But it doesn't sound to them like, please give me more kimchi. It kind of sounds like, can I get some more kimchi? It's very simple. It sounds native. But I prefer the more advanced version because, not because it sounds more native, but because it's a little bit more polite sounding. It sounds, instead of saying, can I get some more kimchi? This other version I'm going to tell you sounds like, do you think that I can get a little bit more kimchi? And I say, 주실 수 있을까요? Is one way. Could you give me? But that's a little bit too much. I'm going to go with an easier way. 주시겠어요? Would you give me? So it's the same verb. Instead of 주세요, you can say 주시겠어요? 주시겠어요? 김치 조금 더 주시겠어요? It sounds more like, literally means, would you please give me a little more kimchi? But it sounds to them kind of more like, do you think I might be able to get a little bit more kimchi, please? It sounds like you're putting more thought into your sentence, and it's just a little bit more polite than simply toljuseo. So I'm going to demonstrate. We're going to go together. I mean, they might say no. They're like, I accidentally touched the Gemini button. No one wants that. My phone did an update and it changed my button on the side to open Gemini. I don't want that, but whatever. So I accidentally pushed that. Okay. So we're going to ask for some more kimchi. Sorry about the interruption. So pay attention. We're going to say kimchi 조금 더 주시겠어요? And I'm leaving my stuff there. Hopefully no one takes it. No one will. But 네, 네, 김치 조금 더 주시겠어요?
네.
Thank you. 영어 좀 하시나 봐요.
네?
영어 좀 하시나 보네요.
아니요.
아니 아까 발음이 완전.
아 그래요?
Yeah, it was good. Oh, yeah. Thank you. She surprised me because I was walking up with my kimchi dish and she's like, more kimchi in English? I'm like, what? Yes, but I have to use the Korean. I'm practicing with you guys, so we got a lot. Look at that. That is whole. That is kimchi tojuseo right there. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky because I'm like holding it sideways here. Okay. Okay. Okay, can you guys still see me okay? Yeah, you got a little bit extra conversation. I was expecting just to I was literally expecting just to say kimchi 조금 더 주시겠어요? And then we got thrown off. But that's life in Korea, you know? You make plans to say a specific thing and then your plans just go south as soon as someone actually knows English. I could tell she knows some English though, because you can tell by their pronunciation, the way that they say something. If they say something as like, one of the ways you can tell, if they pronounce English, if they say a sentence as one sound, they're not like taking breaths or pausing, they just say it as one sound, usually it means they can speak some English. So I told her that, I'm like, and she's like, oh no, I can't. But you know, yeah, she can. So yeah, now we have plenty of kimchi now. 빌리님 식사하시는 모습을 보니 배가 고프네요. So they just said, watching me eating makes them feel hungry. Or literally, because I am watching you eating, I am hungry, is what they said. I want to see you wrap the rice in kim. Oh, you mean the dried seaweed? They don't have any here. There is, though, a little bit of dried seaweed, the kim, on top of the rice. So you don't have to wrap it. It already has it. Again, still good, still juicy. I want to know if she gave you more kimchi than you were expecting. Yes. But it's not a big dish, so I can't say that it's because I asked for more that she gave me a lot. It could also just be coincidence that she just grabs that much for anyone. Because when I first got kimchi, it was a really small dish, but that's because they don't want to waste it. A lot of people get kimchi with their meals and just don't eat it. And then the only thing they can do with that is throw it away. They can't reuse it, right? So if you don't know if your customer is going to eat a lot of kimchi, you don't want to give them a big dish. But they're happy to give it to you if you want it. So I think that's why, is that when you first get it, they only give you a little, but anyone who asks for more, they'll give them a bunch. Okay. And you know what? The kimchi on this refill tastes a little better. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe it's because we worked to get it. We used our Korean to get it. so it tastes better. But no, actually it does. It tastes a little bit better. It tastes a little bit more sour, which is what I like. Like tiny bit sour, so more fermented is what I mean. Okay, we have a question saying, I have trouble trying to study daily. I get in the routine for 1 or 2 days and then I get back to a long pause. Okay.
Yeah.
So your issue is just about motivation. I think another problem is you might be your studying process might be too boring, and it's going to be really hard to be diligent and study if what you're doing to study is something that bores you. Please let me know, what are you doing to study, and I'll see if I can give you an advice about that. Like what do you consider studying? What is it that you'll do for 1 or 2 days and then stop doing? Let me know what that is specifically, and how much time do you spend doing that? I am Korean, but I don't like kimchi. Yeah, story bad. There are a lot of Korean people that don't like kimchi, which is, I mean, it might seem weird to you, but Koreans are not a monolith. There are Koreans who can't eat spicy food. There are Koreans who can't drink. There are Koreans who don't like kimchi. Yeah. And someone said, she gave me more because I'm not a Korean. And that is perfectly possible too. Oh yeah. So, filming is so common. If you visit Seoul, you're going to pass by someone that's holding up a camera just like what I'm doing right now and streaming. Everyone knows what it is. However, some people don't like it. So you have to check at the restaurant you're going to if it's okay. If you're planning on streaming or filming, just check if it's okay for you to film. If it's crowded, you can just say, oh, I'm only me, I'm only filming me, and they'll usually be okay with it. Because there have been some issues in the past where Korean streamers would go into restaurants and make lots of noise or film other people, just kind of treat it like, oh, now I'm filming everyone. So you have to be very respectful of that. But if you're just showing yourself, you're being respectful, no one's going to care, no one's going to bug you. Oh yeah, someone mentioned my cheat sheets. I have 12 cheat sheets. Everything from verb conjugation to sound change rules to the colors to telling the time to numbers to dates, common vocabulary. Yeah, all that stuff. I have free cheat sheets. There are 12 of them. There's even one about the alphabet if you're brand new. I'm eating like a lot of kimchi though now since I got this gigantic bowl full. We've already taken care of over half. This thing's not going to last. Okay. Again, these are really spicy. They're pickled, they're slightly sweet, but they are spicy. It's a Korean saying. Say if you waste food, you'll have to eat it all yourself. What is the Korean expression? I'm not familiar with that one. Maybe that's something that parents say to their kids. I haven't heard it, but that sounds really funny. But yeah, Koreans don't like to waste food if they can. They will though if it tastes bad, or like if it's prepared wrong or something, then they won't eat it. But other than that, usually people will eat most of their food. 한국에 오실 때 얇은 옷으로 여러 벌 들고 오세요. Yeah, I recommend the best type of clothing for Korea is just t-shirts and shorts, if you can get away with it. Or this kind of button shirt, but no undershirt is fine. Although you will sweat, so maybe a thin undershirt. And yeah, shorts are better than jeans if you can. Cola? It's not cola. It's cider. It's 7-Up. Okay, that was really spicy, those peppers. I'm not asking for told you so of those peppers. There were only like 3 of them, and they totally burned my mouth. I kind of set 2 lessons for grammar with their workbook exercises. Okay. Okay, I'm reading your comment, Doa. Doa said they don't feel motivated after they study for like 1 or 2 days, and then they give up, and then they might come back to it later. Yeah. Okay. About how much time do you spend doing that each day? But I can, as soon as you said you use workbooks, I already know what the issue is. I'm just curious about how much time do you consider that you studied that day? Again, this isn't like it's not like an interrogation. I want to get more information, but I think I already have an answer for you. Emily asked, the best time of year to visit Korea? April and May, or October, November. And you want the best month? It's going to be May and November. Because April is still a little bit cold in the mornings, and October is still a little bit hot in the daytime. But spring or fall, those times are going to be best. Okay. So, I need a new, hold on, let me get a new tissue first. I think I splashed some of the juice from one of these things on my face while eating. Okay. So we have a user, QNW Doa, who's mentioning that they study for about 2 days, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then they might stop, they get bored. And they're using Talk to Me in Korean books, fine. They study for about 2 hours maybe a bit more each time they study. So, this is very typical. If you're studying for that long, as far as studying, like you're sitting down at a desk, you're writing stuff down, and you're focusing like you're in a class, you're gonna get bored of that. It doesn't matter what you're using. You could have said you're using my books very quickly. Like the same day you're doing it, you're gonna get bored of doing it. That's not a good way to study. Not to say that studying from a book 2 hours in a day is a bad idea, but not all at once. Like not sitting down and studying for that long is something that you only could do if you're someone who's like you know, John Wick, like very dedicated to something. Like you can really sit down, study, and get it done. Like most people can't do that. I have a hard time doing that. I recommend studying for about 15 to maximum of 30 minutes of actual study time. Like study. At that would be a lot. Now, of course, more is fine, more is better, but at the risk of quitting Korean and not learning anything, please reduce the amount of time you're studying down to like 15 minutes of book study. And instead, if you have 2 hours, you want to study 2 hours a day, that's great. But we're going to make it work a little bit better. So 15 to 20, maybe 30 if you're feeling really good, if it's like a special lesson of book study, where you have a book open, you have a dictionary open, and you're studying. You're reading lessons, you're practicing making sentences. That is a separate thing. That's the most boring thing you can do. It's helpful, but it's boring. Then, add on top of that after, put the book away, close it completely, and do some vocabulary review. I would say five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words a day. It sounds like a ridiculously small amount. I promise you it's actually a lot. Because if you do that every day, you're learning over 1,500 something words per year. Even if you don't do it every single day, even if you miss like weekends or you're traveling, you're gonna get 1,500 words a day. That means you would get over 3,000 in 2 years, which is enough for like full conversations, for basic conversations. So, and you're gonna end up learning more than those 5 anyway, just from your other stuff we're gonna be talking about. But 5 a day will get 5 additional words you don't already know a day, plus the normal ones you're learning through exposure is gonna be more than enough, because you're not gonna be getting fluent in Korean anyway within a year. So, okay, that's what we got. So now we're up to like 45 minutes, right? Corn break. Okay. 15 minutes on top of that, you're going to be making sentences or talking with a friend. So you close your vocabulary book, you close your grammar book, all that's off the table. You sit down in a chair, you drink, get something to drink, take a break. While you're getting something to drink, send some messages to a Korean pen pal during that 15 minutes. If you don't have a pen pal, spend that 15 minutes trying to make a Korean pen pal by sending some messages to people. Just a little bit of time. Okay, now we have the biggest section left, all right? We've now taken care of an hour of your 2-hour section you want to use. But you're still having fun. You're not torturing yourself. In fact, 30 minutes of that was the actual study. 15 was vocab at most, maybe. 15 minutes to learn 5 words. You don't even need that, but let's just say. You have a bunch of time left. It's been a long day. Sit down at the couch, and you're going to turn on some Korean content. Now, this is not going to be a drama. It's not going to be the news. You're going to turn on a YouTuber, like a YouTube streamer or a regular YouTuber who just makes content where they're showing like their life, like a vlog. Or you're going to turn on a podcast, if you're still at a very low level, Korean language learning podcasts. There are tons of us. I don't have one, but tons of Korean teachers who have language learning podcasts that are in all levels, like some for like new beginners even, like very simple, like 오늘 점심을 먹었어요, like very basic, like that level, all the way up to native level. So if you're still like a beginning level, I would say try those. If you're not at the very beginning level, I would say skip those. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't need to do those. You can skip them, and you can go straight to actual native Korean level podcasts, any type, anything you're interested in, or just a YouTuber who talks without too much editing. Or use that hour to watch Korean TV shows that are variety, not drama. Again, you want something that's slow enough that you can follow, and variety shows have real life speaking, which is more realistic. Do not turn on English subtitles, just watch it, but listen to it as hard as you can. It doesn't matter, you can't understand it all, it's okay. That you're adjusting your ears to it. Okay, 2 hours is up. You spent most of that time not even studying Korean, but believe it or not, that's a good 2-hour session. There you go. That's what I'll do. Try that for like a month and report back. And preferably watch something that you enjoy. So I don't recommend like, forcing yourself to have to watch a show you don't like. Watch something you enjoy. Autumn says, do you suggest writing down every new word you see in a show? So that is a study method I did. I don't recommend it though, because again, it requires a different mentality to do it. You have to be like, I'm actually gonna do this, and you have to do it, and it gets really boring. And it's really hard to keep up. It's like going to the gym on January 1st, New Year, it's my resolution, it's easy, right? The next month, February, it's like, I already went this week. It's the same thing with studying Korean. If you're trying to write down every single word, it takes like a really lot of dedication, but it's not necessary. It's not required to learn Korean. So I would say I don't recommend it because I'd rather you're learning Korean than giving up. But you can try it if you want to see what it's like. It does work. It does work well. It is just a very intense method. Emily says, do you think it's a good idea to become a Korean translator? So translator, like a written translator, if that's what you have a passion for. In fact, someone I know, I've never met her, but she, on Instagram we're friends. I've known her since I started my YouTube channel. Korean, if I say Hanguk drama, if anyone knows who that is, she actually does Korean translation work. She learned Korean as her second language, and she does work like publishing Korean, actual like real Korean books, and does the translation for that into English, I believe. If that's what you're passionate about, go for it. But it does require a very high level of Korean, and beyond that, it requires a high level of your native language. You have to be really good at writing in your native language, not just translating literally, but how can you translate the author's feeling? Mithrid. That would be really cool if you can bring that as a gift to someone. That would be like a really nice gift. Yeah, and Doa, if I was your tutor right now, if you had hired me to teach you, this is what we would spend like 30 minutes just talking about, is this exact same thing I just told you. MC Jimin, what do you think about someone who eats rice in cola? I think they're a psychopath, and I would avoid them when I cross the street. No, I don't know. That just sounds horrible. Whatever you want to eat, I'll respect that. Just don't do it in front of me. I don't want to see someone doing that. 홍주 says, 저처럼 한국어를 가르치는 영어 영상 공부하는 것도 방법인 것 같습니다. Yeah. Hongdu says they actually study English by watching Korean teaching videos for, in English. I hear a lot of people subscribe to my channel in Korea. They do it for that reason, because they like how I speak English. So if you want to find videos for teaching English to Koreans, the videos will be in Korean, and you can learn that way if that's your thing. Just the important thing is to find something you enjoy, because I can't tell you how annoying it is, how frustrating it is to force yourself to study, and you're not even like reaping your rewards right away. It's just so hard to do that. Colin asked, how long will you stay in Korea? I'll be here for another 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and then I'll go back to LA.
bottom layer is like chopped cabbage and bean sprouts. It's really good. And it has a light seasoning of soy sauce, but it's not salty. It just has the flavor. It's really good. Since I'm not a big fan of soy sauce in like on top of rice, I feel like it just makes it too salty. But I like the flavor of soy sauce. Emily asks, what are common jobs for foreigners in Korea besides teaching? You mean teaching English? Startups. Startups are usually looking to hire people. If you already live in Korea, though, if you're not living in Korea, you don't have a work visa, no, it's not going to happen. You have to have a work visa already, and then you can try to get a job at a startup company. They might need you for your English ability, or if you're looking for a job that's not even related to you speaking your native language, it's going to be maybe a programmer. I know some, not even programmer, but like developer, like a full developer. That could probably get a job in Korea, but you also will need a work permit. But if you're someone wondering, what I want to move to Korea and work there, what can I do? Literally, you have one choice, and that's English teacher. Because the chance of a company hiring someone who doesn't speak Korean and who's going to be, kind of expensive, they have to sponsor your visa, would be very little. They're not going to want to deal with that. But English teacher is your best bet. Start off as an English teacher and then get a work visa, and then you can move on to different jobs if you want. Bill Cosmo, hey. Yeah. No, I remember. I don't remember what you look like, but I remember your username. I sometimes do that. I'll pop in on other YouTubers or Twitch streamers when I search Korean just to see what's going on. Nice, good to hear you're still studying. A TV station asked a man who's been mixing rice with cola for 20 years. So basically what you're describing is they have a bowl with Coca-Cola in it, and they eat it with rice. They dip rice in it, just like what you would eat for kukbap. Like soup in Korea, you dip rice in it and eat it. Pepsi, I know, is pretty much the same as Coke, but with more sugar. So some people prefer that or prefer Coke. I would guess Coke too, because it's slightly less sugar. Maybe that'll go better with the rice than Pepsi. I don't know. There are people like doing the craziest things though. I'm sure it doesn't taste good, and I'm not curious to try it. It's also not really that cheap. And probably not healthy either. Shike. Oh, shike. So that the second syllable is with a hiya. Yeah, shike with rice. It already has rice in it, so shike is okay because it's already made with little bits of the soft rice. And you could probably eat shike with rice, but that also sounds gross. I don't know. That doesn't sound good either. Sugar and spaghetti, rice and cola, not good for diabetics. Yeah, but I would say that you're most likely going to be eating much more healthy in Korea than in your home country, wherever you're from. I feel like even something like this, I mean, I got steak But 90% of the meal is, it's like kimchi, it's the cabbage on the bottom, it's rice, sprouts, it's the soup, it's peppers. Like, the steak is only like 10% of the meal. And the only reason I have sugar with this is because I needed a drink because I was thirsty and they didn't have water. Generally, I think if you come to Korea, as long as you're not just going to like fast food chains, you know, as long as you're not just eating hamburger, pizza every single day, you're most likely going to get healthy when you come here. What is the one thing you recommend? Mithras, what's one thing I recommend that you do when you come to Korea? It depends on your travel style. Personally, I don't really care too much what I do. I like going places where I can see nice scenery, and I like meeting my friends. But where I meet them, exactly what I'm eating, it doesn't matter so much to me. With that said, you should go to Gyeongbokgung. You should visit the Gyeongbok Palace. Don't worry about the plaza outside of it. In fact, usually that's crammed with like religious protests. So stay away from there. If you hear it, it's really noisy. It's 99% it's going to be just a loud religious protest going on. But inside Gyeongbok Palace, as well as the other palaces, so like Poksugung, Changnyeong, like there's a couple others. But I think that's a good experience. Everyone should check it out. It looks really cool. I like the vibe there. Don't spend all day there, but give yourself like a good 2 hours to look around. Yeah, I would do a palace course. Try to see if you can get to at least 2, maybe 3 of the palaces. Let's see what else. Get yourself some 국밥. 국밥 would be like any of those soup dishes. It's going to be better in Korea than it is in your hometown, I promise you. Even if you're someone like me who lives in LA, you know, I can go to K-Town. It's not the same. It's better here. Get yourself some yangnyeom galbi. So that's the seasoned galbi meat. There are a lot of things I can recommend. It'll just depend on your travel style. I want to go to a palace and buy hanbok. So they have them for rent. If you buy them, here's what's going to happen. You have 2 choices. If you want to buy a hanbok in Korea, option 1 is you're going to find a place that has really good prices. And it's going to be just like a made to order. It's not going to be a custom one. It's just going to be like a general one that they have on the shelves. That's not actually a really good quality one. It just looks kind of cool. But when you get home and look at it, you're going to be like, oh, it's kind of cheap fabric. Oh, it doesn't have like an extra layer on the inside. Oh, the stitches are kind of coming undone. So that's option 1. But you're going to think, if you just want it, you think it's cool, whatever, go ahead. I recommend just renting them. Renting them, you'll get the same thing, but it's cheaper, and then you don't have to carry it with you. But option 2 is you still want a hanbok. I haven't deterred you. You're going to order it. They're going to customize it to your dimensions. Like, they'll have it ready, but they're going to match it to you, and you're going to pay a lot of money for it because those are big deals to make. These aren't something that they can put together really quick. It's like a suit. It's like getting a custom suit, and there are a lot of pieces. So you have to also have to learn how to wear it. You don't just like button it up and it's done. You have to like tie this thing here and do this and put this on first. So it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be very expensive, and then good luck carrying that thing home. So If you still want one, I would say get a good one and expect to pay money for it. If you just want to wear it and you want to have photos of yourself wearing it, just rent it. Because you can do rentals for as cheap as like 25,000 or 2만 원 for some of them. But if you budget like 25 bucks, 20 bucks to 25 bucks, you can rent a really nice one, walk around with it for a couple hours and then bring it back and take a bunch of photos while you're in it. And then not have to worry about transporting it, not worrying about waiting for it to get customized. 양념갈비. Yeah, 양념갈비 is very good. Modern hanbok is also really cool. If you're okay with that, there are a lot of modern hanbok designs which look, it just looks like, I mean, I don't know, I guess modern hanbok is the best way to describe it. It'll be like parts of hanbok mixed with kind of regular, like your regular nice dress clothes. Like clothes you might wear to a business, like a special meeting or something, mixed with hanbok style. They're really cool too. Again, they're not hanbok, but if you want something that stands out, that's like, I went to Korea, that might be a better option. That's a really good suggestion because you can actually wear that outside. You're not going to find a place to wear hanbok if you go back to the US. Like, where would you wear that? What would you do with it? Whereas modern hanbok, like the modern style clothing, you could find a place, you could wear it when you go to like the mall in the States. I think that would look pretty cool. At church, yeah. Okay, if you want to wear hanbok at church, yeah. You could do that if you go to a Korean church. You can totally flex on everyone, walk into church wearing a hanbok. Everyone starts bowing to you. They set up a new religion. That's true, that would be a place you could wear it. Yeah, I think probably, I mean, I personally still want a hanbok. They're just so expensive. I can't justify buying one because the price would be hundreds of dollars for the type that I want. I want a nice one, like a real good hanbok. There'd be hundreds of dollars. I can't justify that for something that I just want to wear in live streams. I just want to wear it on live stream. Something like today would be perfect if I had hanbok right now. So yeah, if anyone wants to buy me a hanbok, you're more than welcome. But yeah, they're just really expensive, so modern hanbok sounds like a good middle ground. Okay, last piece of meat. Tax deduction, exactly. It would absolutely be a tax deduction. It's just to be a stupid tax deduction. But yeah, it's legitimate. Is there a kimchi flavored ice cream? Yes. But I don't know where you could buy that, and it sounds disgusting. But yeah, there is. I mean, I know Japan has like wasabi flavored ice cream. The US has what? Bacon ice cream and butter ice cream, so why not? That girl walking by waved? Really? I didn't notice. Yeah, 2만 원 is 20,000 won. Okay. Is there pickle ice cream in the States? Yes, there is. There is pickle ice cream. In fact, Popeyes, the chicken franchise Popeyes in the US, has a pickle lemonade. Believe it or not, pickle lemonade. I've tried it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And it does taste like pickle. It tastes like dill pickles with lemonade mixed in. And I wouldn't need to try it again, but it was pretty good. Okay, check this out. Have you seen a cleaner tray in your entire life? Look, I even cleaned the, that doesn't look too nice to show. Anyway.
Really puts the scream into ice cream. Yes. Okay, we're gonna be putting this plate back. So I'm gonna offer you I'm gonna offer you the ceiling while I put this tray back. Hold on, excuse me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm actually going to go back to handheld again. Give me a second here. Just in case. I don't want people to feel nervous that I'm streaming, so I'm just going to do a handheld here. All right, well, we've already eaten, which is great. I'm glad I got the food early. That was a really big meal. I am like legitimately stuffed. I ate the whole thing, but I'm really full. I'm gonna put my phone case back on, 1 second. Did you get a doggy bag for KitKat? No. KitKat, as far as I know, KitKat does not go to the bathroom. At least not when I'm looking, so I haven't seen. Is it easy to get books of foreign language in Korea? Yeah. If you go to the major bookstores, they'll have whatever book is really popular. You can find it. Usually it's going to be English, though. Okay, I think I'm going to go down a couple more floors. Can you show us a Korean cafe? They don't have any cafes right here. If I see a cafe, I'll show you. But it's not really remarkable. Korean cafes are just like the same as the cafes in like Starbucks or anything like that. Most Canadians love ketchup chips. Oh, I've tried those. Yeah, they sell. I saw ketchup chips in the US. I saw them at the store. I don't remember where I tried them though. Anyway, yeah, it was good. I thought they were pretty good. Just tasted like ketchup. It was good. Can you go to the Meerkat Cafe? No. I used to be fine with those types of cafes, but nowadays I don't, because I remember reading that a lot of them are very stressful for the animals that are at the cafes. Now, obviously, certain animals would care less. Like if you're going to a dog cafe, are dogs stressed when lots of people go pet them? No, dogs like that. But like meerkats and raccoons, like those types of cafes, I heard that they really stress out the animals and that they're not good. So I'm not going to be going to those cafes, at least not for a video. But I haven't seen the Meerkat Cafe, so I don't know where that is. I'm sure it's somewhere in Seoul. I didn't care for ketchup chips, says Karen. Okay, I can respect it. I mean, it's not for everyone. Oh, hey, M&M Twix. Good to see you. Fortunately, I cannot get lost here. I'm just in a mall. So no one's getting lost today, M&M Twix. I'm sorry. Plus, it's a mall I'm pretty familiar with. There used to be a snake cafe. Wow. I went to a zoo cafe before, which had like all these animals, and the owner was like picking up a snake at the same time that she was like grabbing a dog in her other hand, and there was like a mouse running around. I'm like, I can't imagine doing that job. She did not look happy. She's like stressed. All these animals flying everywhere. Oh, that's right. And there's a big turtle. So she was making sure people weren't trying to sit on top of the turtle while it's walking around. Can you go to a cat cafe? I've been to a cat cafe. Check my channel for an old video in my travel series or you can just search the word cat on my channel. I went to a cat cafe. Cat cafes, I think, are pretty chill. Because cats, I mean, if cats don't like you, they're just gonna run away. So you get a lot of cats out there. They don't pet them unless they come up to you. But they're just kind of chilling, watching, looking around, or sleeping. Yeah, cat cafes were kind of relaxing, I thought. I've been to a few of those. Okay, we're back at the library. Now it's a little bit more crowded than it was before. Yeah, just something to keep in mind. So that's why I have been to a raccoon cafe once. I think that was in like 2016, like when they were first kind of getting popular, or they first started popping up. And I thought, this is kind of weird, but I didn't think too much of it other than that. Just like, oh, it's kind of weird. The raccoons don't want to be here. It's kind of what I felt like. But then later, I think the very next year, I ended up learning like, oh, they actually don't. They're stressed out. They don't like being there. They hate it. So yeah. I mean, just look that up, because obviously certain animals don't care, and other animals do care. I don't know if snakes care. Snakes might be like, whatever, more people, more food. That might be what they're thinking. How was Korea during BTS Festa? Is there something going on? I haven't noticed. I did see, though, on the subway, one subway station I got off, and it was congratulating Suga? No, I don't remember. It was maybe there were two of them. Congratulating some of the members for having finished their military service, which I just saw a few weeks ago. I don't remember who it was, though, because I'm like, I can't remember the poster. I just remember the text. But I haven't noticed anything. Nobody's like screaming BTS around me. But if there's something big going on, let me know. How is the shopping at a Korean mall? Would clothes and such be affordable, or better to find small boutiques? So the mall will have brands. So like here, like Place or ABC Mart or Stream Eyewear or Champion. Like you have the brands. If you're looking to buy something from a brand, my brand, they can't have my brand. Then if you're looking for a brand, here's fine. I mean, brands are going to be the same price pretty much anywhere. If you don't know what you want, you just feel like, oh, I want to get something when I'm in Korea, then do you need to get a branded item? You could just get whatever from like a small market. But I don't think they're too ridiculous. Like, let's see. Here's shoes. Let's see, how much are these shoes? These are like LA, New York branded shoes. I want to see the price, but I don't see. Let me see if I can just see the price here. Okay, so 139. So about, those are like nice shoes from the brand MLB in Korea, which they don't just sell shoes. They have like hats and shirts and sweaters and stuff like that. You're looking at like, wait, is that? That looks like kind of like the hat that I wear. Hold on. No, they don't have the LA one. Never mind. I thought they might have my hat, but I didn't see it. So you're looking at like what, $110 ish. It's not terrible, but you're not going to get like crazy prices at the mall. You're just going to get the regular brand price. Here's the brand Wilson. I mean, if you're going to come to Korea and you're going to buy something, at least get a brand that's not in the US. Jean has been for back time. Yeah, it wasn't Jean. Maybe it was V. And it wasn't Suga also, because he's older. I think maybe it was V finishing. But I can't remember, honestly. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to get Casio watch, like if you find a brand that you don't recognize, Google it, find out if it's a Korean brand or not. If it's a Korean brand, check it out. You might get something cool here. Otherwise, I wouldn't come here specifically for shopping because, like I said, a lot of the brands are in the States. Oh, hey, M&M Twix. M&M Twix, thank you so much. I just had lunch. I spent about 16, 17 bucks on lunch. So maybe I'll get a dessert after all this is done. Right before I go home, maybe I'll grab a dessert. M&M Twix says, what kind of camera phone do you use for vlogging? I have a Galaxy S21 Ultra. I really like the Ultra because the battery lasts longer. Not just the size, but it has a much bigger battery. That's what I use for right now, for live streaming. However, for filming, I don't use this for filming. I have a GoPro when I'm walking around with, if I'm just like doing something, that'll be when I'm filming with Jeremy, it's usually just filming on a GoPro. I use the GoPro 10 Hero Black, but you can use any of the GoPros. They'll pretty much all do the same thing. I don't know if it's the best one though. It's just, I like it for its size. So yeah, that's what I use for the vlogs. But my main camera though is a GH6 right now, Panasonic GH6, which is a really good camera. Stay hydrated and I hope you're enjoying your trip. Thank you. BRM, Jimin, JK, Shuga all finished their service. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. So, you look at this and you see a typical arcade. In Korean, 오락실. 오락실 is what we would just call an arcade, a video arcade. This sort of arcade is what's trendy right now in Korea as of less than a year ago, from this year. So I'm going to show you, it's loud in here, I know. I'm going to show you, these machines are what's known as 뽑기. I know you can't hear me. 뽑기. So these types of machines are trendy right now. These types of machines are trendy, as well as, let me see if I can find it. Oh my God, this is so loud. This is so loud right now. Let me see if they have 뽑기. Let me try to find the gacha. As well as gacha. Look, so this is a big gacha machine, right? You put in money and you get a random piece of garbage. These machines are very popular right now in Korea. So I'm glad you can hear me. Okay, so these machines have always been around in Korea. I'm not saying that. These types of machines for getting prizes have been in Korea forever. Like at least the past like 20 years or more. What is a trend though is that they are expanding a lot more. So normally there might be like a small row of these. Now you can find these types of arcades with lots of these machines like popping up, like new places, new arcades opening. Sometimes arcade across the street from another arcade, and you'll see lots of these machines, and again, lots of gacha. This place doesn't have a lot of gacha though. Oh, they do. Yeah, they have. Never mind. They have a whole other row over here. They have these. They have all these. I'm just letting you guys know that this is the trend right now, is gacha and 뽑기. So claw machines, as well as, you know, those little things where you get a random prize. Okay, now I've explained what it is. Oh my goodness, they have pump. They have pump here. Oh, wow. There's some people playing. I'm not going to film them, but you can see there's some other people playing there. Now show your claw game skill. So, I don't know what these things. Hold on, let me see. Play G Idol? Okay, hold on, give me a second. The dancing game is called Pump It Up. Yeah, it's called Pump It Up, but these days people just refer to it as pump. So they just say the word pump. Pump It Up is basically the Korean version of DDR. However, unlike DDR, Pump has 5 buttons and they're diagonal and 1 in the center. And Dance Dance Revolution is only up, down, left, and right. So also the songs are all different. I play both, but I'm not very good at Pump. I used to play DDR quite a bit when I was in college and high school. My bag has a handle? Well, I'm not in the States, I'm in Korea. I only wear this bag when I'm in Korea. Okay, can I let's see if I can get a good angle of this. I think it's gonna, if it wants to fall over, I'm trying to get a good angle. I have to lower this because it's gonna fall over. I really need a new tripod. This is just terrible. It's still like trying to fall over. Maybe if I put this down here, hold on. For a game, thank you, Keith. Hey, that's nice. They are kind of expensive to play. Hold on, I don't want to remove Keith's comment. I'm trying to like it. Okay, thank you, Keith. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna leave my bag here. I need to get my card out, 1 sec. Am I gonna do some K-pop dance? I don't know K-pop dance. I just know, actually, I don't know if I know a single song in here because I played it a little bit in high school and that was the first version of it. And all of those songs don't exist anymore. Let's see, what does that look like? Kind of it. I haven't played this game in forever, so be kind. I found one song I recognize. Okay, what different? I'm gonna do normal difficulty.
practice. Let's see what my score is. Hey, A++, that's not terrible. That's not too bad. I'm like sweating. It's like the easiest song ever and I'm like sweating. I don't know any of the songs though, so. Try another classical music one. Definitely normal. We're not doing hard today. I want you guys to know I'm wearing my rain boots for this, okay? That's my excuse. It's my rain boots. Double A, okay, not terrible, not terrible. Do I get a third song? Are they gonna give me another? Okay, I get one more song, yeah! I don't know this song, so we'll see. think that's it. I think that's it. AAA plus, okay. I think we're done. I think we're done. Yeah, 3 songs for normal play, that's right. Although they won't give you all 3 if you mess up. If you fail, it's all over. My best one, it says, was Beethoven Virus. Oh no, that's just an order, never mind. Okay. So I never did much pump. When I was in high school, I did Dance Dance Revolution, but I never got into pump. So I know that the buttons are different, but I did do. I remember playing Beethoven Virus a few times as a kid. Okay, now we could stay in here and easily blow like $100, but I think we should do a 뽑기. We should do a claw game. And we'll do one claw game and then we're gonna leave. So I want you guys to look at the claw machine options and tell me which one I should pick. Oh my god, that's so cute. It's like a baby sea otter in a bee costume. Yeah, Mithridge correctly points it out. This is a sea of scams. You will not win. I repeat, you will not win. But by God, do I need that sea otter in a bee costume? Oh my god, I need that so bad. Just look at him! Just look at the cute little guy. Oh my god, look at him! Look at him! Okay, we got it. I'm gonna go for this guy because he's right up close. Okay, here we go. Okay, maybe one more. Okay, this is the last one. The last one. So Kevin paid for us to have some fun. So this is the last one. Just one more. This is the last one. Okay, I'm gonna try for him one more time because he's even closer now. No! Nope, we're good. We're good. I value your guys' your donations, your support too much to spend it all on a bee costumed sea otter.
even though that was super adorbs. We'll have to see him again next time. Yeah, maybe next time. It's okay. It's fixed. I mean, I know it, but still, it's still disappointing, right? You still hope that even though you know it's fixed, that it's not going to be fixed when you do it. That like your time you do it is going to be the time that it's not fixed, right? Everyone else got tricked, but yours is going to be the one time when it works. Also, there's a non-zero chance that my wife is watching the stream, and she's going to be like shaking her head. Both times I scan the card to use the machine. Each time is 1,000원. She's going to be like, oh my gosh, stop. So I spent 2,000원. I threw away 2,000원, okay? She honestly, yeah, she probably would like it. I know Jeremy, my son Jeremy, would love that, but I wanted it. It just looks so cute. It's a sea otter in a bee costume. It's okay. I'm not too disappointed. Or I should say I'm not surprised. I am just very disappointed. Extremely disappointed, but I'm not shocked. Oh. You could have checked out where it's from. Ah, that's true. But it might have been, a lot of the items that they have in those machines are exclusive to the machines. If it's not like a special collector's item or something like that, they're exclusive to the machines. So they're things you can't just buy, even though they're like kind of stupid. Like there's actually a word for that in Korean. It's called 예쁜 쓰레기. Literally, 예쁘다 is to be pretty, and 쓰레기 is trash. So like 예쁜 쓰레기 is something it looks pretty and you kind of want it, but it immediately goes in the trash can. Like, why do you have this? That kind of thing is like 예쁜 쓰레기, although maybe a little like the higher level of 예쁜 쓰레기, because you can actually, play with it a little bit. I don't think it's fixed. I've been to claw machines that work. There are claw machines that aren't, but that would be determined on the store owner. They're the ones that set how frequently the machines will pay out. And they might set it as just don't be, like some of them that say win every time. They might just set it as let it hold the grip every single time. In which case they might put a cheap price in there so you can kind of feel better. But the ones that are like more valuable than the amount that you pay, those ones were always set up like that. I wonder if otter and bee costume will be on eBay. No, that was the only one. They're an endangered species now. So if you want one, you have to come to the Suwon Starfield Mall. You have to go to the arcade, which is, I believe, on floor 4. And let me just take off my thing now, since take this off because I'm now not in the arcade. Let me get my case on it. Yeah, I'd say more than most, like every claw machine is fixed. The exception, I think, are the candy claw machines. Those ones aren't fixed, because imagine how angry you would be if you put in like $1 to get a little bit of candy and it like dropped everything when it went to the top. So yeah, usually those aren't, and the really small prizes ones usually aren't. Pretty trash. Yeah, 예쁜 쓰레기 would be like, most of the things you get for Halloween that aren't food are usually 예쁜 쓰레기. Like those little sticky hands that you throw them on the wall, they immediately pick up like a spider web or like a dead fly. So you just go straight in the trash. Ezra asked, do Koreans learn to read Roman alphabet? Because it seems like there's a lot of English text. Yes, every Korean read the English alphabet, at least the letters, regardless of whether they know English or not. That's a separate thing. The reason is English text is used all the time in Korea, as well as the same number system we use in English, the Arabic numerals, right? They also know all of those because those are used. I mean, their credit cards have numbers and regular numerals. They have English words for tons of stuff in Korean. They put English anytime they want something to look kind of cool or stand out. They'll use a little bit of English. So if you ever see English written somewhere in Korea, it's just to make it stand out. Like, I'm just putting back my phone. Maybe a good equivalent would be like if you ever see something written with like a really unique font in English, it stands out. or you see something in bold letters, it stands out. That's kind of like what they use English for. They'll use it for stuff to stand out on a sign or an advertisement or in a book. So you'll see it a lot. How do you say claw machine? Well, the typical word you're going to hear is 뽑기. Like 뽑다 is to pick, like to pick up, to pick out, or to take off something. 뽑기 would be that type of claw machine. There might be another term for specifically claw machine, but I don't know it. It's not the common word you would use for it. But 뽑기 is what you would use. And then the other types of machines that I showed you, I know if you heard me well, was the gacha, the Japanese word gacha. Those are the little balls. And those ones are also really popular. That's a trend right now as well. Those ones, like, you'll always see them anyway, but nowadays you'll see like 10 times as many places that have those as in the past. And that's a brand new thing. I mean, the trend is brand new, coming back from how it used to be in the past. Some things are coming back in fashion again. And I believe that just started sometime this year, because as of last fall, that was not the trend, and now it is. Gachapon, okay. All right, any other Korean questions? I've been streaming now for over 2.5, like almost 2.5 hours, yeah? Let me check. Oh wow, longer than that, because I started almost 3 hours. I've been streaming for like 3 hours now. So any other last questions? And I think I'll stop the stream soon. It's been a fun stream. I got donations to pay for my lunch, as well as to pay for, we were playing Pump It Up and trying to win a sea otter and a bee outfit. So I think we've had our fun, and I'm pretty full and good. I think I can get back home and start preparing for some more videos I'm going to film this week. I'm going to be filming another video with Jeremy tomorrow morning, and then another couple videos on Thursday with another YouTuber. That girl says, do you often see things mistranslated in English? All the time. Most English stuff is mistranslated. But like I said, it's mostly just used to kind of stand out, either to look cool or to stand out. So the Koreans that write it themselves aren't too concerned if it's perfect English. They just want it to kind of look cool when a Korean reads it. So they might have a sound, they might pick the words that sound cooler to a Korean regardless of whether that's the accurate English expression or English word or not. Sometimes I see like company names that are wrong. Like it's not correct English, like the actual store name doesn't make any sense. Like you would think you would research that, but it's not really that necessary because it's for Koreans. They're targeting Koreans with that. Am I going to eat something sweet when I get home? I think right now, probably not, because I'm still full from lunch, but when I get home, it might be another 30 minutes or so to get home. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get like an ice cream or something. I saw a soap dispenser labeled soup dispenser. That kind of thing, yeah, is pretty common. Typos on signs that aren't important is a way of life in Korea. In fact, I am impressed if I ever see stuff written in English that's actually correct. Like if you get an English menu and it's all correct, what that tells me is they had someone who's native English speaker who translated it for them. Most of the time though, it's not. I hear that Korea gets really humid. Stay cool and eat something cold. Yeah, thank you. It is very humid today. Today it's supposed to reach up to 90. We'll see. So that would be like 40 degrees Celsius. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. I had fun. I'm still sweating from playing Pump It Up. And I'll see you guys again. I'll do another stream next week. I'll try to do another live stream next week. Hopefully the weather will be better so we can go outside again. Take care everyone. I will see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐. I have to push the button. Okay, now I can do the cool thing.